Podcast.
Hey,
Welcome back to the Ned's Declassified podcast survival guide.
Right
we are rewatching episodes of Ned's.
Yes.
We are reminiscing.
Absolutely.
And apparently, based on the last 3 episodes, we are somehow always segueing into talking about poop.
Yes.
Why do you open that again?
I just wanted,
why would you
I just
open
wanted
that
to
can
put
of
that
worms?
out there so maybe we could try and avoid it at the end
Avoid
of
it
this
now?
episode.
Yes.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Stay tuned. Maybe we can not talk about poop, or we could.
No.
It's an
No?
option.
Okay.
Hold it to us.
Okay, the
audience. Hold us
episode
to
we are gonna cover is seating.
it.
Okay.
Seating. You guys watched?
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes,
hope so.
I
you,
did.
you can refresh my memory though.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take your notes.
There's a cool table
Well, we
involved,
really did
right?
watch.
Yes. Okay.
We really did watch.
Okay. Seating. Let's go over it. Ned and Cookie want to sit at the cool table at lunch.
Oh.
Mose gets moved to the front of her class, making
Right.
her a better student, even though sitting at the front isn't cool. And then Cookie and Gordy get to have some hijinks, making the pothole bigger in front of the school so that you can have a big butt bounce.
Butt bounce.
But bounce.
A
Right
spring-seated butt bounce at the back of the bus.
Good times.
Bounce?
Yeah, you were part of 2 plot
over
lines,
fresh.
which I liked. You both wanted the cool table and you wanted the butt bounce.
Same time.
I really loved seeing, like we talked about, before, like it's always fun seeing what dynamics, what formula the show gets put in. And this was fun to watch, like you and Gordy
Go off on our own.
Yeah,
journey.
go off on your own thing.
Yeah, that is really, really cool to see other people start to like work together. I got so much. Oh no, sorry, I was thinking about tryouts for a second.
See?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
See?
I'm so
You see?
sorry.
You guys.
Okay.
You guys are just letting me down.
Seating was really funny because you know what I like figured through there. Mo's kind of like skirted with you guys, and then she was kind of cool.
Yeah.
She was
yeah.
very much kind of like accepted in the back of the class, but she also was smart and got good grades and was the voice of reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Martin Quirley had a really strong episode. Tyler Chase.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got to be really featured and funny. I loved that moment at the end of the episode when
Just talking.
It just goes.
They close
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And then it comes back out because he just would go.
Yeah, they would write him a paragraph and then just tell him to keep going
keep
after
going.
it. And I liked when Sweeney moved the front of the class to the back of the class, making you guys cool. And he's like,
Yep.
"Ooh, I'm a bad boy now." And what does he say? He's like, "We should tell each other things." And he said, like his was, "I didn't change my underwear this morning."
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, bud, pull it back.
And he would
pull it back. But
he would go into his little da 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 da. I didn't change my underwear.
yeah,
this morning."
yes, it was funny. I was like, "Oh, he had a great episode."
was
Tyler
great.
Chase is hilarious.
We'll talk.
How was it working with Darren? I mean, he had a
Oh.
classic moment opening the door with
So
a tuxedo on.
Yeah, man. No, Darren's great. I remember I was just super excited because we did the table read, and I'm like, oh, this is my first chance really to work with this guy. You know, he plays Cosmo on. Wait, was it Cosmo?
Yeah. Cosmo. On Fairly Odd Parents.
On Fairly Odd Parents. It's dope, man. And yeah, his just physical comedy is just so great. So I was super eager to do that whole thing. And also just the butt bounce in general was just this crazy concept. Like I remember riding on the back of a school bus and just really trying to wait for those heavy potholes. We would even tell our bus driver, "Hey, run over the pothole."
No way.
No.
Yeah, man.
No way. We didn't have that. So like this like element of the story I didn't fully get, but I love that.
Got it. Yeah,
Wow.
no. And in Mississippi, we got enough.
You got some potholes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I laughed at the our 2004 CGI for the heads denting.
Yeah, and
at
the top of the
bus.
yeah, that was hilarious.
That CGI just made me laugh because
It was
it's
cringy.
so basic.
It was cringy, but it was like, yo, they got the job done. Like a lot of the special effects on Ned's, it wasn't about it being perfect. It was just like, kids, use your imagination, get the concept, and we're out of there.
That's what I loved about these next episodes that I caught up on was like remembering just. Yeah, we just do gags all the time, slapstick shit. The CGI is meant to it's meant to get the job done, get the
done.
joke
It's
across.
crude,
It doesn't
but-
it's crude, but it kind of makes it funnier too. That it's imperfect.
I agree.
Yeah, shit made me laugh, dude.
Yep.
Seating. I loved Lonnie's line. Lonnie had this line.
Dude. Yes, I have that. I have that.
Look
at her.
No,
What
I have
which
that
one?
written down. She's
Yeah.
so funny. She's like, yeah, but this could be the cool table too. Yeah, right. Look at her.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
Yo.
On set, I cracked up. Like, I couldn't keep it together.
Yo, that shit was so funny. She just shits on Lisa Zemo in front of
And
her.
keeps it pushing. And keeps it pushing, bro.
She might have improv that. Like, I feel
bet.
like she might have, like,
I bet.
yeah, right. Look at her. Just laughs at her.
Bro.
That line killed me, dude.
That was great.
This could be the cool table, too. Yeah, Ned and Cookie want to be at the cool table. They struggle to figure out what it is about the cool table. They try and sit at the actual table, but it's not that.
Oh, what takes
the
it for
wrong
me
day.
is Seth's walking,
walking me around.
Oh yeah, that was a great gag.
That is so
good.
funny.
And
Of
he
course
played-
you
it
can
was
sit
perfect.
here. Let me
Here's
introduce you to
Jesse.
everybody. Walks me over to the other table. Great eating with you.
Yeah.
So funny, man. Alex Black killed that scene. Yeah, that made me laugh really hard. And then Ned creates his own cool table with his
Bully
Ned
Loomer.
resources.
Yeah.
Puts together literally like a club of a table with a band and a velvet rope and Bully Loomer being
Bouncing.
security. And then it gets so cool that
They
I
kicked out again.
loved
kicked out.
that twist on it. Cause like for a second I was like, wait. And then you were like, oh, the capacity thing, and like, and then we don't.
It was
even
all
get
fair
in at
play.
some point. Exactly. That I love.
Loomer
Yeah, it was a nice
apologized to
beat.
you at the end.
Yep.
Sorry, Jennifer. Might I suggest you
Try
something-
again tomorrow.
Yeah.
I do love, like, that happened a couple episodes back too. I do love that Loomer, like, reversal thing where he just shits on us. He's like, sorry, losers, we're all full. Sorry, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Might I suggest getting here earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
He crushes those.
Yeah.
Really
Kyle
good.
Swan crushes his reversals. That's like just a classic comedic thing is reverse that shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coconut Head camping out for the cool table.
Oh yeah, that was a cool little moment.
That was
All
good.
his stuff is great.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Rob's a beast. Coconut Head is, I get why people still like
Oh
care
yeah,
so
that's
much
who they
about
always
the
ask
Coco.
about. Like for
Always.
sure. Yeah.
He's the most asked about other character
Yep.
Bro.
is where's Coco?
Did you guys was seating ever important to you? Did you guys ever like save my seat or like blah, 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 that's my seat? Like
No.
you know what I mean? In
No.
school or like extracurriculars, friends.
Not really. It kind of depended on the class. Certain classes I would like to sit in the front,
Yeah.
for different reasons. Certain classes I would care less and want to sit in the back. Like, yeah, I don't know. No, it was never a big thing. And at lunch, I just sat with whoever my friends were. Like, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But this, I mean, this episode does show like the cool kids, and there always was that clique of like in middle school, high school. There's always the popular kids, and then a bunch of other kids. Where did you guys land in that world of young cliques?
It all depended. Like when I played football, I was with the jocks, but we kind of had at least in Mississippi, actually in Long Beach too. We would have these like lunch meetings with like the football team, so I would kind of just go off with those guys. So it was a cool little something. But all throughout like elementary, middle school, I just sat wherever I wanted.
Yeah.
Anywhere that was near like the basketball courts or like the football courts, I was like, I just want the quickest seat so I can get over there and we can start the game first.
Right.
Yeah.
But even beyond seating, like, I mean, did football put you in like a
interesting.
nice like
class.
like a nice
structure.
realm of you're cool because you're
like,
on
how did you
football.
gotten into the table?
Oh, could I have gotten
Yeah.
into the
The first table.
It depends. Like it depends on what grade you are. Like as an 8th grader, yes, like type
right,
thing.
'cause top of the school,
top of the chain,
right?
But other than that, man, I was not big into like popularity.
Yeah.
I was just a guy who just showed up, did the work, enjoyed myself. However, I was never sold on, hey, this is the community that I hang out with.
Yeah.
I prefer meeting new people,
Yeah.
getting a vibe. Okay, what are you guys into? What are you guys into? And I was also like a theater kid too.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, so I was hopping between the sports
Football,
world, and then
theater, that's spreading you like across different cliques.
so
for sure.
I wasn't just that guy, apex predator type thing.
I think I was just too neurotic to really even understand the popularity aspect of school. No, for real. I went to a Catholic school and like it was like my safe spot. Like I got paid attention there. Like, you know what I mean? Like all these things. And yeah, so I was so consumed with my schoolwork and like checking out books from the library and like and then when I got into high school, I just don't even know how people had social lives because I was taking 3 honors classes and so was everybody else.
Yeah, how are you?
Right.
And they
You
were
had
still at
so
these
much work.
parties.
Yeah.
This football player, he was in all of my honors classes and he was like blah, and and Bubs, you know who you are.
I remember Bubs.
I
Right?
randomly
Yeah.
remember that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him.
Yeah, yeah, anyway, so I just didn't have time. Like, just wasn't the type. I mean, I think I'm smart, but I did not absorb as fast as some of these other people. It took me all of my time and energy. So,
Yeah.
That's always how I felt about school. School has always been, like, more important to me, the perfectionism
social
and the getting
aspect.
it right than the social aspect.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I like floated. I was Ned like, to be honest. Like, I could find my way with anybody.
Yeah.
So like there was the group that was considered the popular kids, and like I was friends with them, but I wasn't like inside their clique, but I could go, like, it's like I could hang out with them, but I was kind of friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
And like I was a good student too, so like even the smart kids and like even nerdier kids, like I could get along with because I liked school as well. But that was just middle school. I didn't go to high school. Maybe it gets a little more I don't know. I don't know what it becomes then. But yeah, I kind of always just made my own friends and then enjoyed that I wasn't part of like
Any
one
clique.
thing. It's like I know everybody. And yeah, but I didn't go to high school because Ned's finished when I was 15. Yeah, so I think that's what happened. I think we were coming back for third season, and I knew we were coming back for third season. And so I was back in Georgia, where I'm from, and what I did want to see high school. So I went to 2 weeks of public high school before I knew I was flying back to LA to shoot the third season of Ned's. And so I went to 2 weeks just because I wanted, like, I don't know, I grew up with all these kids, and like the high school's down the street from my house, and like I wanted to like
Feel that.
at least experience it. But it was so funny because I knew I was leaving. So like as far as schoolwork, like I was just like sitting in class, like
Getting the
like a
experience.
tourist, like, wow, this is cool, huh? And they're like, here's homework, and I'm like, not for me. I'm leaving. But yeah, I did go for 2 weeks just to like say that I went to public high school for a minute, and then I think we shot the third season of Ned's. Or it might have been after Ned's, and I was just going back to LA, and then yeah, I was homeschooled for all of high school, so I missed it.
Wow.
You did all your high school? We were shooting Ned's for some of
No,
it.
yeah, no. So we started shooting like the series in January, and I had done my first semester of Notre Dame High School, and then I told you I did that 3 weeks there, 1 week, 3 weeks on set, 1 week back at school. But unfortunately, that just like was not enough to keep me caught up.
No,
and so
no way.
it was a real conniption for me, who cares so much about school. I had to go back for the last 3 weeks, and I had like 3 months of work like
Whoa.
that I had to catch up on, and I almost failed my final. Like, it was awful.
Yeah, that had to be.
So it was a big decision for me to choose to go to like homeschool, but it kind of was the only decision.
Yeah.
Because we
You couldn't
got
play catch up.
picked up for a bigger order, right? So
Yep.
like
Yeah,
it
26,
was going to
right?
be a longer period, and it just wasn't fair. So yes, I did the Laurel Springs thing too.
Yep.
I think that I put in more work than any homeschool child has ever put in.
There.
I drove myself because I was such an overachiever in class.
Yeah.
And I was like, it still matters. But like when you're writing 36 essays for your year in PE, like by the end of it, like it was just hard. You had 6 subjects writing 36 essays a piece for them.
Right.
And yeah, just no interaction, all on your own, all
Yeah.
self-motivated. It was really hard for me. It wasn't
yeah.
even just the social aspect. I really like that teacher thing.
Yeah.
Like I needed teachers.
No, totally. I did not, even though I did homeschool because I was like working, but like I did not enjoy. I loved school previous to that. I did not enjoy homeschool.
No.
There's no structure, no teacher. The social aspect, not even for like to balance the schoolwork,
Right.
even to have teams on school things, you know, even to have like a little competition, like, oh, that kid's answering really smart. I want to know his,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like that whole thing is gone and you're just on your own out there. Yeah, I did not enjoy homeschool.
Yeah. I did like homeschool for like, I want to say like a year or something like that, but that was after I was in high school. I wasn't homeschooling while I was on
Yeah, you had your,
Ned's.
you were
Yeah.
getting your work from
They would just
your
send
school.
the packets and then I
Yeah.
would just knock it out, then go.
Yeah, which is also difficult without a teacher.
Oh yeah, no,
Like
no,
they're
it's tough.
they're in school 8 hours a day. We're in school 3 hours a day.
Like 3 freaking hours,
and
man.
working all day. Like,
Yep.
it's different.
And it's still on us to, complete everything. But we had tutors like come through. Remember Francisco, our like Spanish teacher?
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
I
Francisco.
forgot about him until right now.
Until right now. Yeah, he inspired me a lot. Yeah. Yep. Helped my language journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Because you went
All
to
right.
college for linguistics.
Oh, for linguistics. Yeah, man.
Crazy.
And it's interesting, college, like, since we're talking about seating
Yeah.
and stuff like that, there's like, all that goes out the window. All the click stuff, when you're in college,
Yeah.
unless you join a frat,
Yeah.
popularity just doesn't matter
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's too big. It's too big.
People have real
and people
goals.
have different majors, and like it's meant to just be like everyone and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Middle school, there's like a serious pecking order.
Why did you choose linguistics?
Oh, man. I was initially really just kind of doing like just world like politics and whatnot. And language just has always been something that was with me. I do music or whatever, so a lot of lyricism. And I enjoyed working with clients who spoke a different mother language. So I would get these like Spanish clients, or we're working with a Korean client on a certain project. And it was nice to try and interface with them and find that ability to communicate despite the language barrier. So that always intrigued me. And I just loved like creative writing and stuff, like always, but I was not a rigid person. Like some people are like grammar Nazis or whatever, like super like, oh, you gotta do it this way. Da, 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 da. But they would have been like English majors or majors in a specific language. But linguistics is just about all of communication and the way that people convey messages to one another and just cultural transmission through generations. Doesn't matter how you do it or what structure, just the language faculty is that ability to
communicate something,
messages. So we're not strict guys. Linguistics is not the same thing as like your AP English, major
and grammar.
Like that.
That's so interesting. That makes sense. I mean, when you like travel abroad and stuff, it's not really about grammar. It's just like, can I communicate what I'm trying? Can I get them to understand what I'm trying to communicate?
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
The right amount of precision, concision to get yourself to a specific address, asking, where is this located
Exactly.
at? Are you using the right prepositions to let them know that you need to transport yourself from here to there?
Yeah.
So but that always intrigued me. I always loved to, I guess, be like a go-between and a bridge between people when there was miscommunication. Because I'm a real believer that if two people have the intent to understand each other or even comprehend a subject, we as humans, our language faculty will do it for us if we don't let ego get in the way and things like that. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you embody that in your life, bro.
I was literally like, you must have graduated at the top of your class. Like, you make me want to take linguistics.
Yeah.
He's one of the most level-headed.
No.
And I've told you this. I don't tell you this just way too much. He's so genuine but detached from like, I don't know.
The ego. The
Not
bullshit.
only and he cares about you, but it's like you put up these boundaries in such a great way. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you for that warm blanket. Like, it's really cool. It's unlike any. It's so impressive, and like it stays with you. I love that about you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you've traveled a bunch abroad, right? Like, I've seen you all over the world.
Kind of, yeah. I've done a little bouncing around, man.
Yeah.
So my first time doing like a study abroad was in Spain. So I was out there for like 3 months in Salamanca. It's a city called Salamanca, Spain.
España.
Yeah, in España, sí. So that was really fun. I went over to like Segovia, Madrid, spent some time, and really just got to. It was my first experience going to Europe. And experiencing just how those people like travel and stuff. It's so different than
Yes, it is.
here in the States. Even just their public transportation is like really cool.
It works.
And I love the whole siesta thing that they do. They go ahead and get that big, break to sleep in the middle of the freaking day. And there are just so many different lifestyles. And if you're not introduced to it, you'll never know. You'll think that just one way of doing things is just the way, and mama said it, and so I got to do it for the rest of my life. But the world's a big place, guys, so I encourage you to go and check things out.
Yeah, no matter where I go in Europe, the vibe is way different than here in the States, and I dig it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
And you'll be surprised about the social barriers and chains that are on you because of where you have resided all your life.
Yeah.
And then once you remove yourself, you're like, wait, they don't even care about that? They don't even wake up thinking about this issue that seems so pertinent to my life.
For real. For real.
Wow.
Where are some of your other places you've loved in Europe?
Berlin. I went out there, did a similar study abroad, and this one was cool because we didn't actually have like classes or anything. So we studied at the University of Salamanca when we were in Spain, but for this little study abroad, we literally had no ties. Like it was like, I want to say like 20 of us kids from the campus from Cal State Long Beach. And we were just sent out there. They gave us like this stipend, you know, a couple $1,000, and they're like, go out, you know, and find your way around Berlin.
What?
Yeah, Berlin, and then you have to pick 2 other cities to get to. So I was in Berlin, just got an Airbnb or whatnot, and then ended up in Cologne. I went to go visit the Cologne Dome. That was super dope.
Yep.
And yeah, Hamburg was then the next place that I went to, and then just back to
This
Berlin.
counted as school? Was just
Counted as school.
go to Germany and vibe?
Survive. Germany survival guide. Deutschland.
Wow,
Wow,
bro.
my God.
I went to Berlin for my first time this past summer, and I was only there 4 days, but I'm ready to go back and explore it some more. Berlin is wild.
It was
bro.
lit.
Yeah.
And, dude, I went to this one party that was going until like 4 a.m. the next day. I was like,
Dude, no.
And I'm saying 4 a.m. is probably like 11 a.m.
No.
to be
They
honest.
have clubs that open on Thursday night and are open until fucking Monday. Like,
Bro.
they have clubs that you can sleep, eat, and stay in for like
Inside of,
48
yeah.
hours, like 50 hours.
Yeah, and what they're doing in those clubs is
Unprecedented level of partying. I was like, I've been to some parties. I've been to some festivals.
Yeah.
I've been to some cities. Nothing compares to Berlin.
No, man.
It's next level. Although I guess this is a part of Berlin, is some of these clubs, part of the culture is you not getting in, is waiting in a long line and the bouncer just saying no because they're like,
Part of club culture everywhere.
I guess so, but I
it was a
never
little-
engage in it.
This was a little bit crazier though. Yeah.
Yeah, this is different. I don't know. It's on a different level. When I told people like, "Oh, I didn't get into this club," they're like, "Yeah, that's like a normal part of Berlin," and people accept it. I kind of hated it because I don't like waiting in lines. I don't like getting turned down. It just doesn't. I don't like it. I don't even
Not
want
a
to
good
engage.
feeling. Yeah.
I don't even want to engage with it. But we were in Berlin. We got there on Saturday night, so we kind of had to get. We tried to get a party in that night because we were going to be there Monday, Tuesday. It was going to be way chiller. So it was like, we got in Saturday night. We're like, let's go to this club. We got to the club at 1:30 a.m. Huge line outside, but it's like, fuck it, we're here. Let's just do it. We'll get in. We might wait 2 hours, but once we get in, we can stay for a day.
Yeah.
2 hours?
I know.
Ridiculous.
So we wait the longest I've ever waited for anything in my life. I mean, physically in a line.
9.
We waited 2.5 hours in this fucking line, man.
Dang.
And we get to the front, and there's this giant gay Viking bouncer
Looking homie,
who's
yeah.
just like the quintessential Berlin bouncer. I kind of loved it. I was like, you are exactly what I imagined.
Dang.
And one of my friends I was with was German, so he starts talking to the bouncer in German.
Yeah.
He asked me to take out my phone, and I didn't understand what he said because he spoke in German. And I said, "Oh, I don't speak German." And then the whole thing shifted. The bouncer goes to my German friend, "Why are you speaking in German when your friend does not understand?"
Oh wow.
And my buddy's like, "What?" Like, because I speak German and you speak German. Like, and he goes,
It's like, yeah.
"Why are you speaking in German when your friend does not
It's like you are
understand?"
offending your friend.
He says, "This is a place of inclusion, not exclusion. For aus!"
I love it.
He literally says, "This is
aus.
about inclusion, not exclusion,"
says,
and then
"Get out."
shouts us to the fucking door, dude.
Bruh.
It was so shocking. After waiting that long,
Dang.
getting told nope, and you could tell there was no arguing with his decision.
Yeah, no,
like he had
so
made
there it
the
is,
choice.
definitive.
And the truth is, I think he had already decided before that German language moment. I think he had
Yeah.
already decided we're not getting in.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. We were 4 dudes, however we looked, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I think he had already chose, but then this was what he
That nice button though. That's a
Dude,
nice button, bro.
oh, it was funny. I was so hurt. I was angry until like the next day
Oh no.
and hurt and questioning What did I do
What is it
wrong?
about me?
What is it about me? Yordi, who you know.
Oh, yeah,
our
Yordi. Was
homie-
he there with you?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yordi was with me. Yordi found it funny immediately.
Oh,
Yordi
wow.
knew the humor in like, we just got to Berlin. We just waited 2.5 hours. We just got told aus by the giant German Viking. Like,
Sheesh.
he immediately laughed when he said 4 aus, but I was like upset.
Bruh.
I was upset for days.
That's tough.
Questioning my self-worth. It really did a number
I
on
didn't
me.
get turned away, but the party
Well,
that I was
good
with,
for you.
Hey, I made it. The party that I was with, a few of them did get turned away, and I was like, "It's awkward." And they're like, "No, it's fine. Just you just come on. You made the cut. Let's go."
It's part of Berlin, man. And honestly, I was upset. That was our first night, and like, it didn't leave a good taste. And especially, I told people, "Hey, I didn't get in," and they were like, "Yeah, that's Berlin," and it just made me not feel good about the city.
Yeah.
But then the next day, we like walked around during the day, had a great time in some
good.
of the parks, saw some of the sights,
Had
and
some
then
schnitzel.
and then yeah, had a
course.
no, not
Oh, no?
schnitzel. What I loved in Germany, what I loved in Berlin was kebab.
Oh, the kebab, yeah, dude. That presence is there for sure.
Bruh, $6
donors.
Turkish doner kebab
it's great.
is the most fire meal.
It's the best.
I ate it
It's the
every
best.
day, twice a day. I don't
Yeah.
need to eat schnitzel. I don't need fucking sausage. Give me the Turkish doner kebab
Bruh.
from any stand. Fire.
Yeah, it's the truth.
So that was it. But then we got into a party the next day. Like it was Sunday. We got into an early party at like 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and stayed there until 4 in the morning. And I just had the best time and saw like,
Nice,
oh, this is what the Berlin party culture is. Like it was beautiful. Part of their culture in the clubs too is no phones. No, they put a sticker on your phone. Obviously you could take it off and take photos, but it's no photos, no videos. Like this is not that. And it really makes a difference. The vibe was different. No one on their
you have to
phones.
interact with people.
Everyone is present. Everyone's there to engage in the actual like event and being with each other. I really was like moved by the party culture there. I'm like, this is beautiful, guys.
It was epic. Did you get on the Autobahn at all?
I did
you
not
get to drive?
I did not. We
Dude,
did not.
so I took
You already wanted to.
bro, it was insane. I mean, just the speed is just too much, because I knew I had to get to Hamburg, right?
Okay.
And I wanted to take a train, but it for whatever reason I didn't get the train. And so there's this service called BlaBlaCar. My
What?
the young lady,
BlaBlaCar?
it's like BlaBlaCar or something. But the young lady that I was staying with, she's like, "Oh yeah, you can just take BlaBlaCar and you'll get there on time." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna do BlaBlaCar." And so they pair you with this guy who's doing like an Uber pool, but
Okay.
somehow you're just giving him, like, he's going that direction anyway, and you're just sliding him like $20 or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, cool, BlaBlaCar. And the guy's like, "Meet here." And so I go, and I thought it was just gonna be me riding with this dude. He was like a Chinese national, but he was there in Germany for whatever
Okay.
reason. And there are like 3 other people at this like station that he had us meet at. And we all end up hopping in the car, man. And I'm thinking it's just gonna be a regular ride, dude, but like the whole time, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to tell him, yo, it slowed down. Like, I feel like this is very uncomfortable, man. I've never moved that fast. It was like getting on a train, and it's just like everything's just passing.
Because don't they have like a minimum? Like, isn't like
No, yeah,
Don't they
you
have a
have to
minimum?
go fast.
You have to go
Yeah.
like 100, I think, right? Like, isn't
Bro.
isn't 90 slow on the Autobahn? I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
something like that. Like 90 is like the minimum you can drive on it.
It was insane, man. And I'm just so happy that I made it there in one piece. I was fearful for my life. I was like, this is just dangerous. There's no way this is not dangerous. And then there were other people driving faster than my driver. I'm like, oh, man, this is horrible. But we made it in one piece.
You made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just so confident. He's just talking, just like listening to the radio. I'm like, can you cut
You're like,
that
"Look
down
forward."
and focus? Bruh. But
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Good
Yeah,
times.
I loved it out there, man. Germany is a trip. Berlin was really a trip.
Yeah.
It's
Lots
a
to see.
crazy city. And I'd been to Cologne before for the German Kids' Choice Award that Ned's won. It
That's
wasn't me. It
ultimative
was
Schulswanzen.
Ned's Ultimative Schulwassen won for Lieblingsserie.
Liebling, best,
Series at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award in
Litness.
Cologne. Like it was
It was
a-
in Cologne, really.
Yeah, it was in. We were in like Dusseldorf. And
Oh,
then
okay,
went
yeah,
to
it's right
Cologne,
there.
and it was somewhere like out in the middle of nowhere. It was weird.
Hmm.
But went there and accepted that Kids' Choice Award. Was there with Josh Peck, and I did see the old cathedral in Cologne, which was unbelievable.
Because there's a train station that takes you right
Right to it.
To it.
Yeah.
It was awesome, man. I love how they just build all their infrastructure in with what already exists, and it's all just these magnificent buildings. Like,
Dude,
the architecture is
that's
awesome.
what I love all over Europe. Is like
yeah.
the public transit you can get everywhere. It's all built. It's modern, but then built amongst history that predates the
antique.
U.S. entirely. Like, and then it just sets up the whole city culture differently because parts of the city were built at a time when cars weren't it. So there's a ton of areas where it's made for pedestrians,
Just walking, yeah.
which is different, man. We're in LA, like it's all sidewalks and streets. Like there's very few places you can just go be a pedestrian in the city and just like exist.
Madrid too. That's why I really like Madrid, because they have these just plazas, or well, all of Spain, like a plaza that's dedicated to you just walking around. You go find your little tea shop or whatever, coffee shop, and have a seat there. No cars.
And it's
can
all
access
over the
this.
city. These like center squares. Yeah, I love that. Wow, Germany, Spain. Where else you go? You been to Prague? Have you been to Prague?
I've not done Prague. No, I did like Japan, but that was on a different thing.
Shit.
So when I do my acting coaching and stuff, I spend a lot of time in like Australia and whatnot.
Down under.
Switzerland. Down under.
Down
Yeah.
under.
Oh yeah, your sister's out
my
there.
sister's down there in Cronulla.
Cronulla.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
nice.
got a little Joey on the way.
Little Joey.
I mean, it's a girl,
Koala.
but that's a baby kangaroo.
Oh,
I don't know,
kangaroo.
I'm trying.
I'm like a baby koala. Yeah, I know things.
She's got a little Joey on the way. She got married, went down there. It was
That's
lovely.
dope. Nice.
I'm gonna have little Australian like nieces, and nephews.
awesome,
they're
man.
gonna be,
Very cool.
they're gonna have little
Oh
accents.
my gosh,
It's gonna
so
be fresh.
cute.
Yeah,
And you'll be their American uncle.
We're
that's
gonna have to
right.
keep up with them.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You almost chopped your foot off in Australia once.
Oh, dude, I really did.
That was
I
a
really
crazy video.
did.
I was like, oh my God, I almost lost my friend.
Yeah, that was
Pretty
really
bad.
No, it was.
You
really,
played it off well, but I was like, oh,
bro.
man.
It was really bad. So we were down there. We were on this island, this island national park. It's called Fraser Island, but I wish I remembered the Aboriginal name because it's cooler and more real. But it's this island national park. All the roads in the middle of it are made of sand, so you have to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle to get through it, and it's super remote. There's very little like infrastructure on the island except kind of where like the ferry lands, and you just go explore. Like we were there camping and exploring, and on these trails, trees can fall down, and you have to like winch them away,
Wow.
or cut them like. It's super wild out there. And so we were dealing with this like little tree in the middle of the trail, and they had a little axe, and like we're just like chopping shit up so that we can get through the trail. And I was playing a little fast and loose with that axe, and I felt so bad after, because I'm like, I know axe safety. Like there are things that and I was just being ridiculous, and I went to hit the fucking tree, like, but wound up, and I threw the axe.
Bruh.
It hit literally like 3 centimeters, 1 centimeter from the side of my foot.
Yeah.
And I threw it like full swing, like shoom. And my sister has it on video. I have the video of it, and you see it hits right next to my foot. And we're in the middle of this island.
Nowhere. That would have been horrible. That would have been
It
a
would
bad
have
situation.
been really bad. I would have cut off half my foot and probably bled to death. Yeah, good times.
Dude, come on. You know what that reminds me of?
Well, go on.
An April Fool's Day on Ned's, when you came in and you had that cast on your leg, and I felt so sad for you. And then I felt so duped. And I was like, oh, man, compound trauma. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, my sister
funny.
just reminded me of this. I forgot about this. My sister reminded me, and I think it was my dad's idea. We went and got a fake cast that was like my whole leg. And we put my leg in a cast and came in to fuck with the set that like, I broke my leg and we're fucked. Like over the weekend, I broke my leg and we're fucked. And yeah, I'm glad you remember it.
I remember that so hard, and I just remember being like, so duped. I was so just like, yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
I'm an
But
actor.
you did good.
I'm an actor, darling.
You've done good.
Wait, when did you
done good.
reveal it? Like, did you go through hair and makeup or no?
It was like at least
Yeah,
an hour.
Yeah, we
or
probably
two.
didn't let it go too
Too
long.
long, yeah,
because
because we got to shoot. Yeah.
Right.
But definitely came
Half
in
hour,
and played it
yeah.
up like with the crutches and the cast and
Crazy.
letting people freak out a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah, I hadn't thought. I mean, so much of this I hadn't thought about in so long, and that one I didn't remember. My sister told me, and I was like, oh, I like vaguely remember that.
Your sister was an extra in a lot of scenes on Ned.
Yes, my
I'm
sister.
sure featured.
Yeah, well, you know how we don't get paid residuals, but background
Actually.
and like she had like a little part. She still gets like 2-cent residuals for Neds, and I don't.
God bless her.
Adds
soul.
up.
God bless
Adds
her.
up.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't get paid for Neds ever after it. But yeah, my sister is all throughout the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was around a bunch, and yeah, it makes me laugh that she still gets checks from Neds and we don't.
That is
cold world,
too
man.
It's a cold
good.
world, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, somebody's
Yeah.
gotta live it
You
though.
fuckers cold.
Seating.
Do you guys care about calling shotgun?
Oh, in the car?
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
went through a phase where that was like a thing because I was
Yeah.
like, I gotta show my bro that he's not just a big bro. I'm equal to you. So I would do the shotgun thing
And
just to argue.
look, all right, shotgun, for anyone who doesn't know, is when you're calling the front seat of the car when you're not the driver and you call shotgun
Passenger's
before you get
front
to it
seat.
so that you can sit in the front seat. But people try and like call it. Like I had to like litigate
The car has to
the
be in
rules
sight.
of shotgun. The car
Has
has
to
to
be
be
in
in sight. Thank you. That is a man who plays a fair game.
You know?
People like try and call. People started calling.
We just got to the
early,
party.
like,
Shotgun. What? We still have to be at the party. Get out
Yeah,
of here.
get the fuck out of here. No, if someone does that, I'm running to the car and I'm taking it.
Yeah, period.
No, you're not playing by the rules. I'm not playing by the rules.
Airplane seating. What do you prefer? Are you aisle guys or window guys?
Okay.
Or you like
I have been window my entire life up until the last couple years. I love the window. I love looking out the window. I love seeing the sights, right?
Okay.
I also love leaning against the wall, right?
That-
Love the window.
That support.
But recently on long flights, I want to be the captain of getting up.
the aisle?
I want to be the aisle. I want to stand up whenever the fuck I want.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
now I'm an aisle person.
Right.
I've always been an aisle person.
You got long legs too. You need that.
Oh, kind
You
of,
gotta-
yeah, so
you
I
gotta
can do
kick
that.
one leg
Sometimes
out.
the cart comes through, though.
Oh,
and it
yeah,
can-
for sure.
It mangles.
Wait.
See, I don't like the aisle because I don't like to hang out. I'm one of those people who just like kind of like relaxes and sprawls their body. So
Yeah,
like my
so then
leg's
you're-
gonna be
you're
out.
all-
Yeah. I'm the
Nice. So
person
you like
who wakes
window?
up on the person's shoulder next to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so dumb. I've done that twice. And I do like the window. I like the sights. I also like to feel safe in a little
Get
thing.
tucked in.
I honestly rarely go on super long flights that you'd really have to worry about
Yeah.
that. So
I just learned this. Do you know this as an aisle man?
Tell me.
That the armrest that's in the aisle
Won't.
goes up.
Oh, it can go up?
Yes, all
yeah, but
of
why
them.
would you want that?
No, when
Well,
you're
because
getting
then you-
out, you can open.
Oh,
it.
you're saying it's the only. Well, no, because the other ones I know do it, but this one is always harder to pull up.
it goes
No,
up.
Really?
I always thought it didn't. There was never like it never went up. There's always a latch like back by the joint.
Oh, that you
there's
kind
like-
of got to reach for? No, I didn't. I
But
wasn't
it's
aware.
there. But it makes it getting out so much fucking easier. I like just learned this, and I'm on a flight like
So
this
they're
year.
like you'd be even more sprawled.
Yeah, no, not for when you're sitting there, but for when you want to get out, it makes it so much cleaner. And I just felt dumb because I think I saw it on TikTok this year or something, and then did it and was like, this has been there the whole time.
The aisle is the best seat.
I feel like dumb for not knowing.
Dang.
Don't feel that.
They didn't tell us.
Okay.
Do you guys like flying?
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, not okay.
Tell us
And
about
and
it.
no. Just no, dude.
That's-
Like it's the same reason I don't like roller coasters. I can't shut off that anxiety that starts. And also my nightmares. I mean, like I haven't had recurring dreams except this year. And the recurring dreams is that in the airport on a plane, and like there's like times when I think the plane is gonna crash, and then there's times when we're okay, but I'm still just like worried it's always gonna crash, and I will go through this dream all fucking night. No matter if I wake up,
my
I'll be back on the
God.
plane, back in the, or I'm on a ship, dude.
Back on the plane.
This dream, I was at the ship and we hit the bottom of the ocean, and I just hugged myself and went like this, and I swear the rest of the dream was just in black, but me going like this. Like it's so
So
scary.
no boats and
Dang.
no
No
planes for Lindsay.
It's
No boats
too
and planes.
much, man.
Gotcha.
But yeah, do you like flying?
Yeah, I've always liked flying. I mean, it's incredible to be in the air. The sights are incredible. One time I flew to London and we flew over Greenland, and for hours I watched the sun set, kiss the horizon, and come back,
back
up
up.
over
Oh.
Greenland, which is covered in ice. Like I'll never forget that. It was like it makes me feel wonder about the world. You know.
Dope. Let's fly.
But when turbulence happens, that kicks up my anxiety. That starts to feel scary. Except I saw this wonderful TikTok this year of this woman who explained turbulence in a way that now I feel less scared. She's like, even though we're shaking, she's like, you just have to understand like aerodynamics and shit. It's basically like you're in Jello. She put a model airplane in Jello and shook it and said, that's basically what's happening. Like the air is not air at that point. We're moving so fast that it is solid like Jello. Even though you're moving within it, you're held. You're not going down the way the way aerospace works.
I don't know how
Tell
much
that to
better that
John
makes
Denver.
me feel. I mean, hey, like, but you're saying turbulence doesn't make planes fall out of the sky.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
And Daniel, lastly, you like flying.
Oh yeah, I love flying. Love flying.
it,
It's
love it,
awesome.
love
I
it.
also like skydiving, kind of.
Oh.
I only did it once.
Also, I just want to.
Have you ever skydived?
I have twice. Incredible.
awesome.
Incredible. Holy shit.
and it feels like you're just laying on a carpet.
it's
it doesn't
oddly
even-
relaxing.
Your
It's
stomach's
oddly
not
like
dropping.
yeah, it's oddly calm. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Except for when you're about to jump out the plane. That shit's
Oh yeah, it's the rickety plane. It's just sinking.
what a
like-
rush. Yeah, it actually gets calm once you drop out. But I do just want to put this out there on the pod, okay?
Ned's heads, listen up.
The fucking earth is round. That's how planes work, okay? That's how planes work.
Planes work because the Earth is round, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
I thought it was buoyancy, but I don't.
well, look, no, it's how
Yeah,
flight
no, I
patterns
hear
work,
you.
okay?
I'll let you have it. I'll
Listen,
let you
man,
have it.
Where is Middle Earth?
I just wanted to say it because my fucking TikTok shows me these things and I'm like, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. I know pilots. He flies over the North Pole.
Yeah,
It
but
happens.
like,
Does he?
how do you know?
But how do you know?
Okay. Let's give a tip for the end of this episode.
Yes, a tip.
What did we learn today?
Stay seated.
Stay seated. Hey, I mean, hey, turn up
Stay seated.
with your armrest in an upright position.
Right.
I don't know. What you got?
Right.
Seating. Hey, sit with people that you enjoy, and you'll enjoy that seat. On a plane, at a table, anything. That's a horrible.
My tip from
Tip.
this episode is
Yes.
my tip from this episode is go to Berlin and party, yeah?
Party, yeah.
Yeah, go to Berlin.
Yeah.
Experience
Gut.
Berlin, babies.
Turn up. I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah. Go to Berlin. Turn up.
Right.
We need sponsorship.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Absolutely.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you can't get enough of us, we got clips over on the Podco YouTube channel. You can check them out there. And if you really can't get enough of us, we got a ton of extra content and live streams and live Q&As on Patreon. And that helps support this podcast and help us keep going and make it possible. So we love you for that. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for tuning in. We're on the podcast.
Back again.
Ned heads, welcome back.
What's going on, Ned
Daniel, how you doing? That's a nice turtleneck.
Doing well, yes. Turtleneck.
That's
I always
sharp.
like turtles. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
Steve Jobs ready, bro.
Absolutely.
You're ready to do some business.
I have a deep fear. How do you control your sweat?
Oh, you have a sweat fear of a turtleneck?
Oh my gosh, I have a sweat fear of everything.
Okay.
Is that
okay.
is that classified as that's a turtleneck?
I'm gonna be honest
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
a
but
baby
it's
turtle.
a sleeveless turtle.
Oh,
neck.
so
You see what I'm saying?
So you're getting
So I'm getting all
what you're
kinds
not,
of like, woo.
what you're not breathing in your neck.
Yep.
You're breathing
Yep.
out your pits.
I don't
Yep.
get the airflow.
Right.
So I'm just I'll be sweating.
You're just
Yeah,
cooking.
no, you're deep in there. Yeah, I gotta
You're
be honest
basting.
with you. Sweating has really become one of my greatest fears in life because it's happening so often and so uncontrollably now.
Will it ever stop?
I don't know.
That's
And
it's
I don't know
like
if
a
it's a
genetic
central
thing, isn't it?
No, because this just happened. This just started happening in the last like
Yeah.
5 years.
Hot flashes and stuff too.
Don't no, Daniel.
Not that time. Yeah, I
Daniel,
just wondered. I don't know.
Daniel,
I don't know.
Daniel.
You're older than I.
Wow, wow.
Yo, amazing.
Yes, I'm
is
deeply
it,
into menopause.
So is it? Yeah, is it menopause? Or
If this is what menopause looks like,
sweating?
Then give me some more.
You got to give me like a mission to save some burning babies or something because I gotta
God.
go beforehand. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
no.
I gotta go for the cause because I don't think I'll be able to stand. I'll
You're
just
sweatier
I'll keep the
than
kill for
usual?
nothing.
I feel like you were sweaty on Ned's.
Well, then. She's like, oh, you're.
Do you remember? I'd wear this hazmat suit once, and you were like, "I have to smell inside of it."
I don't remember, but that
you
sounds
did.
like something
No,
I would
you
do.
totally did.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to know.
Yeah.
Did he
I
find
was
out?
Did I find out? Did I fuck around? Did I find out?
Of course I wouldn't let you find out. I would have broken your neck before I would have let that happen.
And I was trying to get in there.
Yeah.
You've been getting that
100%.
hazmat suit.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, that's always fun. Is just be like, let me smell in there and just make her go ah.
Well then. Ned's Heads. Hello. So our episode is
Tryouts.
Tryouts.
We're talking tryouts. We're talking sports. Let's go over the episode. Ned tries out for basketball, but he's a short king, so it's a struggle, right? Cook tries out to become a cheerleader. To get close to them ladies. And he's breaking gender norms.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's beautiful. Even litigating some gender norms, right? Amazing. Mose is trying out for everything.
Yep.
And
awesome.
just being deeper in competition with Susie.
Oh yeah, you guys are really driving that. Yeah.
Really fun episode. A lot of highlights in this one. Jim J, Mr. Monroe being the basketball teacher. Like, obviously, it's just a funny juxtaposition to put the most flamboyant gay man as the basketball coach. And he, like, references it. What? You don't think Monroe can ball?
Yeah.
Give me the rock. Give me the rock. That whole sequence and, like, the stunts and the basketball and him just being so amped on being a basketball bro. He made me laugh with, now warm up and start shooting.
Bruh.
Hilarious.
Perfect.
His little shoots. He's shooting all sorts of funny
Nailed
ways.
it.
I mean, he just went off. I feel like Jim J is really starting to get let out of the bag in this episode. Just let out of, he's just given free reign to be so big and unhinged.
Yeah, they gave him more screen time.
And
like,
I
Definitely.
loved it.
Yep.
Deserved it.
And they're like, let's see these other sides.
I loved it so much. The man is a wild genius. What else did I love? Ned wears like giant shoes to try and become taller. Like, I lived that short king life, you know?
Right.
Ned's I grew 2 inches. I like that moment too.
I felt a type of way when you were going back over your thing and you were just being like, short, da-da-da-da-da. Wait, was that the hottie list? That might have been that. But
yeah.
anyway, they made a reference to like your, and
short.
and I was just like, oh wow, like that cuts.
And I was.
Yeah.
Like, I was a stocky
were you
little...
offended? Like
No. It was,
no.
I mean, this was I was like just a short, stocky little guy. You know,
you were still athletic though.
Yeah,
you weren't.
Yeah, I was athletic. Yeah. But and Ned apparently was.
I mean, they pointed out all the time that I was so tall that I could break a city.
They did.
Do you know what I mean? You're so big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you were. I mean, I was up to your fucking shoulder. Like, you were bigger than us.
Yes.
I was always athletic, like in real life, but not basketball. That was not my sport. Wasn't my sport.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
You guys watched? What'd you like? What'd you see? What'd you like? Huh?
I really forgot about how physical Mose gets. You know what I mean? Especially with the sports.
The
I love
spiking,
that
the
she was,
volleyball spikes?
I loved that she was trying out for everything. She.
Do you remember getting hit by that sequence of Susie and Mose spiking balls back to each other and just getting blasted by volleyballs?
So good, so fun. You know, anytime that happened to any of us, the entire crew was back there just like, and some of them would be cool, some of them would hit you hard, but no, they were always pretty nice. Like, they were always pretty chill.
Because you were a girl.
Yeah.
They gave, Ned heads, listeners at home, whenever, there's a lot of this in Ned's, like us getting like pelted by stuff.
Yeah.
And what would happen was they'd line up that shot where we're going to get pelted and every crew member.
Everyone
got
we made
to be,
mad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Every crew
annoyed.
member got to throw things at us. I remember it was, I think, the Monday's episode. They were throwing matzo balls at me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And like you said, some people are doing it kind of fun. Some people
Reed Beeman
pelting me,
dude.
Just taking out whatever joy, you know. Yeah.
I loved the volleyball thing because I think Scott and I sort of came to like a whatever, because I played volleyball, right? And so it was really fun that he incorporated that in because I felt like I was like, you know, still got to put on my skills or whatever on
you
this
actually
show
did.
And play. Yeah.
And they had you spiking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that sequence was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. All that gym stuff was awesome.
Yeah. Mose crushes everything, even accidentally makes cheerleading because she was showing Cookie how to do it.
Yep.
I forgot about this line from Coconut Head. I didn't make it.
Oh, no. Anyway.
Was that the end of that sentence?
And you, sir.
I thought there was more.
That tryouts line, honestly, I was scared. Like, you know, we talked about this. You get to that point where like you've messed up so many times and you're just like, you know, it's not funny anymore. But it's not.
Yeah,
my body won't
in that
stop.
scene with Coconut Head, I mean, that whole scene was funny as Ned giving the pep talk to him and him just being so devastated by the tryout. And that, I mean, just solidified Coco's just brilliance. Coconut Head, Rob Pinkston, you're a legend. Yeah. But him crying and that I didn't make it, Lindsay could not stop laughing.
No.
While we were filming that scene.
No.
And I get why, because Rob was so ridiculous. And that cry, I didn't make it, I feel like we said on set for the entire series.
Rest of
Totally.
The rest of the series run
without doubt.
was the I didn't make it. That was good memories to watch back and like really made me laugh.
It was the first time that like I've had a couple serious laugh attacks. That was the first. Yeah. That was the first.
Yeah.
Where it was truly out of my
control. And where the crew and like Scott had to be like, all right.
No,
they got
serious.
They got
but we're like, Rob is screaming, crying.
Even in that one blooper, I'm like, all right, please, you can stop now, please. It was just seamless, man. Seamless. And we were all just getting used to each other. It's not like I was like totally used to him yet. That was just like...
Yep, exactly. It was new. I feel like that became, like, that was when Coconut Head started to... it was like the biggest scene they had given him. It was when he actually got to like come alive and we see like, oh, Rob's going to be on the show forever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Rob's making his stamp on this show. Like, that's what I felt watching. It was like, oh, the producers must have been like, you're in.
And how crazy. Like, what was his... audition, because I can't. Was he written like? I mean, he put all that stuff in himself.
Oh yeah, I wonder, because he was just the kid who had the bad haircut on the first episode. I mean, I wonder if they already had those other episodes for him to audition. Was he in the first episode?
He was.
The bad haircut is in the pilot. Is in first day.
And it was Rob.
Yeah. Oh no, not in the pilot.
No, in the pilot, who was it?
A different kid.
Different kid. I thought so.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I doubt.
And it wasn't. They called him Coconut Head in the pilot, but the wig they gave him was more like pineapple head.
Yeah.
It was like these spikes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Rob.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember this at all?
Not even.
Yeah, there was a different kid, and they might have called him... I thought they called him Coconut Head, but it looked like a pineapple, so it didn't work. So they nailed the wig.
I think you guys are mixing this up with SpongeBob, who lives in a pineapple.
Under the sea? Oh, is that... Did we make that mistake?
No.
But yeah, I doubt that his audition had any lines from other episodes then.
Right? No, he might have just been that moment.
Yeah,
and then they must have seen him on set and just started to give him slightly more, and he just crushes everything.
Yeah.
And that was like a long scene. He goes from crying devastation to me giving him the pep talk to him like being so excited to run out. Like, I think he just really said, hey guys, I'm here. I'm part of this show.
Yeah, totally.
It was so great watching people commit to these roles, man.
Yes.
Because it was so slapstick, and it's so easy for people to be like, oh no, I'm in my shell, and I'm going to look stupid. Not
on this set.
Not on this set,
It started to blossom, man. Jim J starts to get more like bird-like in these next... he starts to develop this like physicality of like shaking his... Just being kind of twitchy, and the hair being fluffy. Yeah. He really started to like find shit, man.
Scott let us feel like it's okay to go ahead and push those boundaries, like, because it's like, okay, this is overacting, to a degree, but it's what we're trying to do.
And it's right in the context of the world of Ned's. Like when I, like these episodes, I don't know, I've really started to be like, oh, here's our groove. Like I get it. Like here's the world of Ned's. It is over the top. The teachers getting like hit by all the students every time they put up the tryouts. Like, this is our world. Oh, you did like a little boogie at the front of the episode when I got school spirit. That made me laugh too, dude.
Cool.
I let you free.
I might be like totally mistaken, but I feel like you talked about like an end zone dance or a touchdown dance or something. Like y'all were, I don't know, if y'all were talking sports one day or whatever, but you did this dance, like several versions of it, several different times.
But
you know what I mean?
I think we kept it going.
No, oh my gosh, in the baby montage scene when you catch the baby, you do that.
Same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that got me. I just feel, I don't know why that brings back such visceral memories for me, or like you practicing, or like you talking about it with him on set, but I guess
we did.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's what I'm always curious about, is like what memories fucking come back for us, because each of us hold different ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, also more physicality. when you do your terrible tumble run at the end of your cheerleading.
Oh
tryout,
yeah, that was fire.
you do the worm, bro.
Yeah, I did the worm.
You did the worm
I
well.
remember.
That
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing,
I never could worm.
I prided myself in how well I could
You
do
wormed.
the worm. Yes,
You got
I
yourself
wormed.
like.
I know.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was a-
I was like,
He
they're
still
gonna
got
know
it.
how
I just
physical I
saw
am.
it.
Oh yeah, I got that groove.
I just saw it. He got the body roll.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Damn,
But
boy.
funny.
You a whole snack.
Right, that part. Funny little factoid. I tried to do the worm on this other show, Zeke and Luther, this like Disney show later, and I ended up getting 6 stitches in my eyebrow because I clearly hadn't been practicing, and they tried to have us do rehearsals for this thing. I'm like, hey, I got this. I
Have
do
you
my own
seen Ned's
stunts here.
Declassified?
I've done the worm, okay, but it had been years since I'd done it.
What did you do?
And I was like, I'm gonna do the hell out of this worm, and it was too much
and
worm.
you just threw.
Too much
worm. You gotta back off the worm.
Oh, I'm trying to imagine it like.
I know. I'm trying to imagine.
How
what
do
would
you
give
worm that
stitches.
hard?
You must have smacked your face.
Babe, all I can see is like you going up and then just like
It was bad. Man.
diving.
Yeah.
It was bad, dude.
Did they have it on camera?
Oh yeah. They have.
Did you just knock yourself out and you're like bleeding?
It was bad. I was a little concussed. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my god.
Yeah, man. And so I had to go to the hospital.
Did you just like come up and it was like.
Yeah, and it's just dripping, and they're like, "Oh my god." Yeah.
Yo,
man.
that is so funny, especially seeing this. I was like, damn, Daniel,
got this.
that's a solid worm.
Wow.
Ego, man.
You go to pull it out at
Yeah.
the
You had
ripe age
something
of
to-
16.
You had something to prove.
I got
You had
this.
something to prove then.
I'm thinking of those YouTube videos where, like, you know, it's these old heads, like they're like in their 40s, 50s now, and they're like, I can still hit a backflip. I can do a backflip, and just ruin themselves. Yeah, I had a helmet on. That's how hard I hit my head. Still busted. It was bad, bro.
You had all safety precautions.
All safety precautions. Still 6 stitches.
Worm so hard. You split open your eyebrow.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, watching people fall super hard is so funny.
Be honest. What was your first thought?
I was like, oh my
You
god.
know Daniel was so
I looked
embarrassed.
like an idiot.
You know he
Yeah.
was so embarrassed.
I was like, no way. I'm like, I feel the wetness. I'm like, I don't even want to put my hand up there. Then I touch it. I'm like, oh god. I'm an idiot on camera.
Oh
Yeah.
my
my god.
God, you guys! So that was a huge thing when I when I was younger, just to like mitigate the hurt, like really
Mitigate the
just
shame of
the
the fall.
hurt. Yeah. Just be like, not at all. Does that? It's
Your-
not
your
pain.
bones
It's not even pain. It's like a word I haven't used before. It's
Don't
not
even
pain,
feel
though.
it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I don't know what
It's
this
not,
word
it's
is.
not humiliate. And then I've like tried to adopt the whole like, oh, and then make it a performance.
Oh, finish it
Go
off.
into it gracefully.
Love that. Wow, that was great.
You know what I mean?
You have
And
to,
when
you
you
have
have
to.
to feel even more
Cover.
embarrassed.
And aren't I so silly?
Oh my god. Yeah.
And I'm just like, you curtsy, and you're just like,
I'm thinking of was it Ashley Simpson who kind of like blew it on stage and then she tried to like dance it off?
Yeah, she tried to like do like a
Do a
jig.
jig.
oh my God.
And then hurt it all. No, man.
Completely forgot about that.
That was a good
That
time.
was one of the saddest things
Oh,
I've
so
ever
sad.
seen.
So sad.
That was like a death rattle.
Oh no! Yes, it was. It was that. It was
Oh
definitely
my
that.
god.
That was
Oh my
tough.
God. I can't even
Yo,
take
people
it, dude.
falling is just so funny.
I can't take it. I can't take it. What is a fall that you did that you really hurt yourself?
I don't know, man. I don't know. They've been in there, but I probably
Mine comes
blanked
to
them
mind
out. Yeah, no,
very
I've-
easily.
No, give us one.
All right, so did how you say, the ecstasy, but not really at festivals or when you're supposed to do it. Just like on a Tuesday, hanging with people in their neighborhood, right?
Okay.
So I
Everything's great here.
was, yeah, I'm sober now. We're good. I was running, right? And like all of a sudden, everything started to go whoo, and so I started to go whoo, like started to run sideways. I full on just like fell, but this is the only part of myself that hit the floor.
Oh no!
So I swear to God, it was a
The,
scab.
the upper lip
Stash.
for people who aren't on video.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was it was
Her
it was
upper
like
lip
a
is
Charlie
what she hit.
Chaplin
was the only thing
like
that scraped the ground.
The only thing that like hit the ground, my teeth weren't messed up. Like obviously my hands and my knees and whatever, but my face full and like,
Dang.
I did this to right here. I
Nose,
could tell
your
my-
nose
Right
was
under your
fine?
nose.
It was.
Under.
Wow.
I have had a couple of like run-ins with my face where
Yeah.
it should have been my nose, and just please, I don't know that I could take that. But yeah, that was crazy. I told my mom, I'm coming out of the grocery store, you know, I had to stop. It was raining, and I couldn't believe it. It was
That's
one
an
of the-
awkward place
No,
to
it was
fall.
so strange.
That.
And then it doesn't scar, and I've been so lucky like that a few
Yeah,
times.
thank goodness. If you had a scar just on your upper
Like
lip,
right, just like
as
yeah.
an actress, changing your roles.
I know.
That
so
made
lucky.
me think of. It wasn't my fault, but I was on a movie called Beneath the Darkness, this horror film, and Tony Aller, MKTO, he was the lead of it. I was just like a supporting role. And one night we were out in Austin. We were shooting in Texas. We were out in Austin, and we all went and we were partying. We were drunk, but whatever. Tony falls just walking down the sidewalk, and he's the lead of the movie, and we're in the middle of the movie shoot. He falls onto his face, and he scabs up his upper lip and chin.
Oh man.
Like, that's what got hurt. He landed on his face as the lead of a movie, and then they had to cover it like the rest of the time.
There is no covering that.
I remember him standing up and just being like, "Oh no, bud!" Like,
Oh, no,
bud."
bud. That's the word he said?
No, that's what I was saying to him. Was
Oh.
like, "Oh no, bud!" Like,
Dang.
it's all on your face.
Like we gotta look for teeth. Like
yeah,
wow.
Rough.
you've scraped your face. Yeah.
It is so precise how you like can miss everything
Yeah.
else though. Like such a blessing. It makes me cringe when I think like how close things can be.
Yeah, I did have one. This was when I was very young. I'm pretty sure I knocked myself out. So you know, like the A-frame of a swing set.
Yeah.
Like there's that bar across the A. So I had to get home. I was on my friend's like little playground in his backyard. We were on the swings, and I had to get home. So I started to run. I needed to leave, run to like my bike, and I turned around to say bye to my friends. Oh, I gotta go. And when I turned back around, the wooden beam was right there, and I was running. And so it's right on my mouth. I chipped my bottom 2 teeth, and I'm pretty sure I knocked myself out because I just came to on the ground, and my friends were like over me, concerned, but also as friends should be, laughing. Like they're like, "Oh, are you okay,
Oh,
dude?
no.
You just fucking knocked yourself out."
I don't know if I would laugh if somebody was not conscious right
That'd be
away.
tough, especially with their teeth like
No, I'm glad. I mean,
Thank God
you
not
can't
on
help
your
the
nose.
image. It's hilarious to watch someone just eat shit.
It's unfortunate, yeah.
No, it's so scary.
I don't
like,
know.
I
I find
hate
it
it.
so
I
funny.
hate it. It's funny after. When, like,
Yeah,
if you
once I
tell me
know
an
everything's
after
okay, yeah.
story
Yeah.
and you're just like embarrassed or whatever, or if I can tell you're obviously like really
Yes.
not hurt in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I've had some friends fall, like, I don't know, people's egos. I just like,
Yes.
it's fascinating to me, the whole fall culture. It's like fart culture.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because we're all gonna do it, you know. And it's
You
like,
know? I ate absolute crap one time walking up from my English class at Notre Dame, and it was slippery. And I just tripped up the last few steps, and like through the last few steps was like the quad. So it was just,
Oh, perfect. Just everyone.
yeah. And all my went everywhere.
Hi,
Just like-
Barrage.
Oh, good.
It's like,
the sonic rings.
That,
just roll out.
that adds to the fall is when you're holding something.
Yeah.
right?
Shit can fly
Right?
and add to
All
it.
my hard work.
And then you gotta pick it up, and there's even more.
One by one.
What order did these go in?
I didn't make it.
I didn't make it. Dang.
Oh, wow. That's good. It's good.
It's good stuff. It's good
Daniel,
stuff.
you're wow. So you have successfully wormed, and you've
And then-
literally concussed yourself.
Yeah.
worming.
That
On
that's
TV sets, yeah.
intense.
On TV.
So
sets.
have you wormed since?
Have I wormed since? Worming
good question.
is not really on my list of things to do anymore.
Wow.
ever since you?
I'm a little traumatized.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be honest. That's
That would do
that's
it.
valid.
Yeah, I don't even do missionary anymore. After that bad worm, yeah, no. Too much worm.
Only laying down,
Yeah. No.
laying down, standing
Standing
up.
up, that's it. I'm sorry.
Nothing at an angle.
I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes me laugh. Just the image of how hard you have to hit your head and the way the worm goes. So it means you.
Like you breached the water then.
Dude, yeah, exactly. And it's such like, because it's like I don't know, like a graceful kind of
Yes.
motion.
It is.
Yes.
But if you hit it at the wrong time, man, you're gonna have a bad time. So,
Wait. So were you rushed right to the hospital? Like you went right?
yeah. I mean, it's just protocol.
You know what, guys?
Get 'em out
That's
of
the
here.
end of the
And
day.
yo,
Let's get.
Tell me about so y'all have both gotten stitches
sorry.
before,
Please.
right?
Yeah, I've got some
Right?
stitches.
Okay. So how was that for you? So how was that in your eyebrow? Well, like tell me
Stitches?
your experience.
I mean, it was nothing really. I was just embarrassed, man. I was just still very embarrassed, and I'm just
you
sitting
know he
there,
was.
and the guy's just doing it. Yo, how did this happen?
Hello, you weren't so. Oh,
I worm too hard.
I wormed too hard, Doc.
You should have seen my worm on Ned's though.
Seen
It was
I
flawless.
had it. I used to have it, man. But yeah, so I mean, guys just come and he takes the little hook and he, it's attached to like whatever your stitches, and he just
Yeah,
kinda
but
goes
what
in
about
there.
that big shot?
Oh yeah, you do have to get a big shot.
That
in whatever
was
areas,
like,
yeah.
ooh.
So when I was 5, we were playing
right.
baseball in my backyard. Kids in the neighborhood, wooden baseball bat. I, for some reason, thought I would steal home base from third base while the pitch was happening. My sister's friend, an older girl, Amy McDonald, athletically.
Big Amy.
Come on.
Athletic
Big
Amy. Big Mac,
Amy the
athletic.
animal.
Look,
Right.
Look, Amy was athletic. Like, she was always like the athlete. Cracked me in the back of the head because I'm an idiot and ran across.
Wait, you were at home plate?
I don't even know what I was doing. So while she's swinging for the ball, somehow my head ends up there. She literally full swing back to the back of my head.
Going
Oh, I
forward
can't
or
even
on her
hear that.
backswing, she hit you?
Forward.
Oh no, bro.
To the back of a 5-year-old's head, dude.
Wooden or aluminum?
Wooden, thank God. Aluminum, I might not be here. Like, I mean, wooden's
Aren't
bad,
aluminum
but
like hollow or something?
yeah, but they're metal.
There, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's
Yeah,
gonna hurt.
and this
Yeah,
was
but
like
like-
it's a smaller bat because it's like a kid's bat, but still, no, aluminum, I might have died. I feel it before I feel the pain. I'm just in shock, and I put my hand behind my head, and when I bring the hand back, it's just all blood immediately, and then I scream. My mom comes out from the house.
Was it a high pitched scream? Or was it, or was it ah?
It was an extended, just
Yeah.
a
up.
yell, and it was delayed until I saw the blood, and then it was just.
Dang. Dang.
And my mom comes out, freaks out. Immediately, we go to the hospital, and yeah, the stitches weren't bad. The shots they did to numb the head
that was
and the back of the head. I don't know if you feel it back there. There's a very thin layer of skin and then skull. Like,
Yeah.
it just hurts. I think it's
fat.
all fucking nerves. There's no fat. So I do remember those shots. I remember in the emergency room, like screaming at the top of my lungs till my voice got hoarse because it hurt so bad. Like the shots. Like I was just
Damn.
yelling because they had to like do it a couple times. Like, oh my God, man. And got those stitches, still have the scar.
Dang.
Well, how do you take pain? Do you yell? I have a
I don't
feeling you'd go silent, right?
Yeah, I feel like he tucks it deep down.
I actually go way silent.
Yeah.
I'm actually just like,
Yeah. You kind of
let's
just.
just move through.
Yeah, it's happening. I don't want this moment anymore. If I'm screaming, the moment feels like it's
Yeah,
there. I'm
yeah.
just like, cause I tore my MCL. Like I've done that several times. Like,
Damn.
initially it was playing football, but then like
The next time was a
basketball-
worm.
Oh, the next time was a worm, bro. But yeah, when those moments happen to me, it's just
Yep.
I'm one of those guys. I'm
Put
like,
it all on
glug-
the
tuck
inside.
it all in.
It's almost like the screaming will make it worse. Like I can't open my container, and it's just like do everything you can.
I think it lets out the energy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it lets out something.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, I did it more as a kid, obviously. I think now certain levels of pain I'm just gonna tuck in. But actually, if I like fucking stub my toe or something, I'm gonna like yell for a minute, like just cuss and yell, because I think it like lets out some of that like motherfucker. Like,
yeah,
ow, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
just like you gotta, I don't know. I feel like it lets the pain out.
I don't know. Like my move is just the
Yeah, just bury it down in
no,
your
I'm
soul.
good. Like and just
Yeah.
like making the person you're with feel kind of like no, I'm good. I'm good. Just give me a minute.
Regain the composure.
Right.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, and then you milk it a little bit, and then you're just like, then you get really mad at the next thing that goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Of course. This would happen. That's tough.
Yeah.
Tore my MCL today.
Dang.
And then
So
now
how did you?
this.
I thought you like didn't heal from those type of things.
What, like, yeah.
They-
It takes
but it's
time, a little bit
dicey.
of therapy.
Did you do
Yeah.
surgery?
For the MCL, no. It was like it was a tiny tear.
Ligament
It wasn't
tear,
crazy. Yeah, enough to keep me like kind of bedridden for like 2 weeks, something like
Yeah.
that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness I've never done that.
Yeah, good.
I don't want that.
It's
Doesn't
no
I
good.
don't want that.
Dude, I got stitches from a soccer ball too. I mean, we don't have to spend too much time on that, but I was playing goalie for the first time, and I wasn't a soccer guy. I grew up playing like football, basketball, baseball type stuff. But this freaking soccer ball, I'm trying to catch the ball, and a whole soccer ball comes and splits these two fingers right here. I mean, you can kind of see it, but I mean, those stitches were all the way down.
Oh,
Stop it!
whoa.
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah,
Like
bro,
it split
it
your
was like I
hand.
had 3 kind of sections.
Oh no,
Spock.
that's horrifying.
Yeah, man. No, it's horrible. Forever. Yeah, no.
No, the webbing, dude, and your hand has so much
Nerve.
Yeah,
Oh,
nerves,
yeah,
bro.
this
It
is
was
one of-
just a weird feeling. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the webbing not tight.
Wow. So did you hear the tearing of like the skin, the finger?
I'm sure, but the ball just came with so much
Yeah, it came
heat,
fast.
you couldn't really. Yeah,
Just done.
it was just dang.
So what did you say? Did
Huh?
you take that one like close to the
No,
vest?
I think I let a little bit out on that. Yeah. Because it was. I mean, because it's just mortifying. Because
That's
it's like my
horrifying.
hand is not my hand anymore.
it's, like, open.
it's way
Split
different.
down to your palm.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys ever feel like, I don't know what it is, but like it's almost like you can, I don't know, like not feel it, but it's so uncomfortable for me when I hear about people.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I
You
feel
get
like I
that,
just
like,
start to self-soothe.
Yeah, like you're rubbing your. Yeah,
Yeah.
you hear about someone's horrible injury
And
and,
I'm
you
just
start
like,
to go,
oh.
"Oh no, I feel
Man,
that."
the human body is just so fragile. Dude.
yeah.
With mirror neurons.
Yeah,
kinda.
exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, and
yeah.
You just like feel it and imagine it. Another like weird one that hurt super bad for me growing up was I was on someone's like deck, like wooden deck, and I got a splinter in the bottom center of my foot that was like an inch long.
Ooh.
And it broke.
Oh.
So we had to go to the people were trying to get it out, parents were trying to get it out, and they couldn't. It had broken into
Making it
pieces.
worse.
So we had to go to the hospital. And the bottom of the foot, man, there's some nerves down there. Again, the shots to try and numb it, they had to go all the way around where the splinter was. So it was like 7 shots in the bottom of my foot that were huge. It hurt so bad, and like they had to like dig in there to get this shit out. It was just like a bad one that I remember. This is too much pain. Like this is too much pain. Leave it in. Leave it in. Leave the splinter in.
True.
Whatever.
Leave the splinter in. Fuck this shit.
Gives you all the shots and then says, "Oh wait, wrong foot." But,
Oh.
Yeah, that one
You
broke my little
got
soul.
hurt a lot as a kid.
You know, like a healthy amount, a good
Yeah,
amount. We were
yeah.
outdoors, like playing a lot. I think it's good. You know, you got it. I never broke bones.
yeah, no, that's
Everyone
That's
broke
tough.
bones. I never
That's
broke
good.
bones.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I'm trying to. Did I break up? No, the MCL just tears. No
Yeah.
breaks. Oh,
'Cause that
my
sounds
mandible.
awful.
Like there was like a fight like once, man, and I
Excuse
ended
me?
up getting this. Yeah.
What's a mandible?
Mandible,
Broke
it's
it?
like, the bottom
Your
jaw.
jaw?
Broke
Well,
it?
it was like a what do you call it? A fracture.
You got
like a little
punched?
fracture. Yeah. I won, of course.
Did
But
you or
still-
Did
just
anybody
saying
really
that?
win
No,
in that
definitely, yeah.
situation?
Yeah, no, not really. Because
right.
I
Oh, there's
could
some
not
winners.
eat. Yeah, dude, a fracture, it's very sensitive, bro. That does not feel good.
Jaw fracture?
Eating.
That sounds awful,
Yeah.
dude. You need your jaw to do everything.
Every freaking thing.
What was the fight?
And
what did you eat?
It was like over a chick at some party or something like that.
Yeah,
this guy
go
was like,
on.
"Are you brushing up on my chick?" And I'm like
And you were
right at my
brushing up
car
on
or
her.
whatever. I probably was. And he just swings, connects. I'm like, what the crap? And then all my homies are like, yo, what the hell? And then you just hop into gear, and then I just pounced on the dude. And just,
No.
yeah.
I would.
And then this
I would
cop
love to
pulls
see
up
that.
and breaks it up. And I'm like, oh shoot, we're in super trouble because I'm standing over this guy like pounding him. But we explained to the cop like what happened. He was like, hey, everybody get out of here. And he was like, yeah. Well, no, I tried to say, hey, this guy just attacked me, man. Like it wasn't me. I'm like, and he was like, yeah, well, he looks a little bit worse than you though.
Ooh.
And so
You're
I'm
like, yeah, I fucking got him.
yeah. He's like, get out of here. Get out of here. So,
Nice,
Yeah,
but no, yeah, he let you
And
guys.
the adrenaline, I didn't realize that I had fractured anything until that next morning. I woke up and I'm like,
All the way the next morning.
like, yeah, just pain, bro.
Mom.
Right? Like, shit.
What did you eat? Like
What?
when you had to do that?
I mean, like, I think like mashed potatoes after like a week was kind of a thing. The rest was
Wow.
like just doing like the Pedialyte and stuff like that, just water.
Dude, I would,
That is
Fasting.
That is so much.
I
That
think
is
I would
so
pay
much.
to go back in time and either get into a fight with you like not with you, but like
Yeah.
on your side, or
Oh, dope.
watch you fight somebody. That would
Devin,
that would bring
you
me a lot
are
of
We had
not
some
a
good
fighter.
times. Good
I
times.
know. I know.
Then what?
I know.
Yeah, there were
It would
never
be
any
awesome.
moments. Wait. No. That was Hutch. Hutch got
Oh.
punched at a party. Actually, your sister's frat or her like sorority, he went to a party and got like knocked out.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Hutch asks for it sometimes.
Sometimes he does.
Hutch, I
Sometimes
love
he
you,
does.
but yeah,
And-
I put out non-harming vibes, and
Yeah.
fights never came to me.
Yeah.
It was never. No one wanted
And
to
that's
fight
good.
me.
I mean, people didn't normally want to fight me until the when women get involved. It's
Sure.
like, yeah, then they just
Sure.
I definitely egged a bunch of people on, and this
tried to get in
yeah,
fights.
particularly this one like college girl, and I was just like this little like it was like right after Neds or whatever, and I like she was just like talking a fool or whatever, and she was like coming after my friend Alexa, and I was just like. We were best friends. I would like do anything to protect that girl, and I just was like, da 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 da. And she lunges at me across the coffee table, and these two like guys that were there just like whoa whoa whoa, and like get her back. But she was this big girl.
Across the coffee
kinda-
table too. I mean,
I
that's
kinda
just like kind of bad
love-
strategy. You're not
Yeah,
gonna
no.
get a good
I
position.
love egging
crawling
people
over
on.
the table.
Put your face out there and get punched.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This guy
Bad form.
stole something from me at a party. Like I took my shoe off. I was ready.
Took your
but-
shoe off?
Yeah, I took
To
my-
hit
Created
him
a
with it, or
weapon.
just to
Yeah.
get, oh, okay, nice.
he stole from me.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. Like that got broken up. But yeah,
Yeah. I never.
I wouldn't mind a fight.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have been in a fight.
Yo, who could we get? Like, we should do some boxing, man. Like, what's his name? He's been doing all the
Batch.
boxing.
Yeah. Batch.
Batch. Well,
Yeah.
I was talking about the other guy, the brothers. What are those guys called? Was it the Paul brothers, right?
Oh, yeah,
They're doing
yeah.
a lot of
Oh.
that. We should find some people, some like who on Nickelodeon would you love to get in a boxing ring with? Just competition, just slug it out a little bit. Put on some gloves. We're not talking about.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who
you
would
got?
be your matchup? Who would be your matchup?
on Nickelodeon?
Yeah, or Disney. It's all the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta think about that. Who
I would say. I don't know why this name comes to mind. No, I'm gonna. You go.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who's a good matchup for me. Who's a good height? Who's a good?
I mean, you're like a Mitchell Musso kind of guy.
Oh
right?
yeah, Mitchell and I are. We can fight.
Like you can win that one. Huh?
Yeah, I can win that. Love you, Mitchell.
Who else? I guess there's just so many people. Kyle Massey.
Yes.
Kyle or Chris. Those are my guys.
Yeah,
man.
actually,
It would
those
be
are
fun.
those are
It
the
would be
guys.
fun.
Anyways, I would like to box Kyle or Chris just out of
In
fun.
general?
I'd be scared of Chris's strength.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Chris is strong,
Bro, Chris
dude.
was
Chris
the
is
first homie to
strong.
get me in the gym,
Bruh.
like doing so. Yeah, he's got
He
that mule
was.
strength.
He got
Yeah,
just like
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, man.
But I think I'd like to box them because like they're homies. So like,
Yeah.
it would kind of be like fun and
And it's
competitive.
points based. We're not going for the knockout.
Yeah.
Unless we gotta.
Unless we are.
unless we are, then
Yeah.
at that point. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Emma Roberts. You know.
Emma Roberts. Now that's a challenge for you. I don't know if Mitchell you got, but I don't know about Emma.
I would fight. Well, you say you fight homies, but okay, then I would fight Christy.
Oh, Christy Carlson
Kristen Romano, yeah.
Lit.
Right?
What do you think, Brendan? Who's
Who's
got
gonna
that?
win?
She is Sicilian.
Oh
it's gonna be a little tough.
So I'd be poisoned before the fight even started.
Oh my god. Oh
No,
my God.
but I don't like to fight homies.
yeah.
I also just don't like to fight.
Yeah, I've
But,
never done
No,
any
just
of
for
that.
the points.
Yeah,
It's a
no,
point
boxing.
system.
It's
fight
not a
anymore.
fight. It's
I
boxing.
don't know why Melise Jow comes to mind.
Oh yeah, Melissa, I can see that. I can see that.
I don't know why.
She's got a little.
You know what I mean?
I can see you guys trying to
She's
duke it
so
out.
sweet, but I know she's got,
You look like a Miley Cyrus
wait.
type of.
Oh,
type of
okay.
match. I
Yeah,
would do
let's
that.
go.
This just came. Isn't there a scene in Ned's where we like mock? It's like a dream sequence of you and Susie boxing. Is that just in my head? Is that just a dream I had? But I
There's a
feel like
boxing match?
we're gonna get to it if it's
At
in there
some
because
point, yeah.
we're watching all these.
Right.
But I vaguely remember.
like, the-
I
don't
vaguely
know.
remember them like boxing, and it's like it's not real. It's like a like it's like a
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah,
fantasy
dream
thing.
sequence. I feel like I recall that.
Yeah, I feel like I remember.
It might
you
be in
and-
the Fairly Odd. No, it couldn't have been in that. Episode.
No, in that episode. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get to it.
Yeah.
See you guys
Yeah.
friendly boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Roshan Fagan though too. That's a guy I just want to. I kind of want to punch him in the face. Just a little bit, Roshan. Where are you? Yeah. Let's do it. With gloves. With gloves.
Yeah.
Turn up.
Dude, Jamie Lynn Spears, simple.
Oh, I mean, why
That would
not?
be a.
I think
we'll
you
be
could.
off early.
Yeah. She's a mother now, so I think
They're all mothers now.
Oh, they all
Yeah.
are. All the child stars with children. Shia, would you take Shia? He's
no
a little
fucking
too ripped.
way would I
Jacked.
want to box Shia. Are you kidding me?
He's gonna go
a
for the
beast.
knockout too. He's
no,
not
and he's
gonna
a
just.
beast, dude. Like
Yeah.
no fucking way. No.
Yeah, he eats liver.
That
every
boy's a
morning for
beast.
sure.
You wear him
Yeah.
down mentally. Very simple.
You can't. You can't.
Very simple, my
Easier
friend.
said than done.
You can't
Like,
wear. No, you
Bruh.
can't. He's gonna. No, that dude's a beast.
You seen Honey Boy?
Yeah.
I
He's been
have.
through it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan.
Yeah. What a fucking actor. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge MMA and like boxing fan. but personally,
MMA.
me doing
That is some garbage.
MMA?
No.
Garbage.
You mean because it's brutal?
what way?
It's straight garbage.
But what do you mean by
Just like
garbage?
I have never seen somebody from the angle that I saw this one fight. I have never in my fucking life like you pop somebody, their head is fucking exploded, and you don't stop.
Yeah. Until the ref stops you.
I'm sorry, dude. That is some weird ass shit.
No, I love it.
Hunting makes more sense than that.
Nah, I love it. I
You
love
know?
it. I love it.
I'm just
I
like-
love it. It's so
Okay,
primal.
but what's the point? What's the point if you're not unconscious and you can come back? Like, what's the
What?
point?
What's the point to
The
win
point
the
is
fight?
to not get
No,
not
but
be
like-
the guy getting beat.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
right. Right.
And they train.
So when do
train,
they stop? Like after he stops moving?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, that
when they're
now,
knocked out.
I get what you're saying. That is gruesome, but that is the sport. That
Yeah.
is the
right,
way
but
it
what?
goes.
There is
Oh, what's the
technique
indicator?
in boxing.
Once you
There-
stop
there's
defending
an
yourself.
art,
Oh,
right?
you don't think there's technique in MMA? You got to watch more of it. I get you watched a brutal one, but no. There's more technique than in boxing because it's mixed martial arts. They're doing everything. I mean, that's what I love about it. They are trained on all sorts of shit, and it's a chess match between two people who are trained deeply on defense, offense, and many different forms of it. And you watch them have to calculate how to win the fight. It's amazing.
But
Huge fan.
why can't there just be like you break them up after
They
a
do.
minute? Like
They do.
They do.
You
Some
watched
of them are
you watched a
slow.
brutal one, but
Yeah.
they're not all like
I mean,
that.
he literally. His face was against the thing, just bouncing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the guy,
down
once the
against
guy's
fucking
doing
thing.
this,
Yeah.
they count.
Look,
But
they
he
should
didn't
stop it.
stop.
No, they're
He
not. They're
didn't
trained
stop.
not to until the ref.
I'm
Because
sorry,
if he
dude,
does
that is
stop
some
and the other
animal
guy-
bullshit.
It is animal.
It
though.
is
I
animal.
also,
That is some
I, no,
crap.
I also like that part of it. We have this in us, and
Yeah.
this is part of our animal nature, put under a set of rules, agreed upon, respected on between the two teams and the two men or the two women. They love this shit. And they're in there saying, yes, we're gonna do some animal, raw ash human shit.
Yeah.
Like this is some real humanity. It's what I like about it. I get what you feel. When I wasn't always into it. When I watched one fight with like Brock Lesnar back in the day, who was massive.
Yeah.
And I watched him just like ragdoll someone around. And I was like, this is so violent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is not for me. And I stayed away from it for years. And then now I've started to actually get into, no, these people they are physical artists and it's violent art, but it's like, it's beautiful some of the time. It's just really violent.
Especially
Yeah,
like
it's
the
violent.
arm bars and submission moves. Like
Submission's
those are really
different.
cool to see unfold.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's people calculating, with the highest risks at stake. It's like, yo, you gotta
you-
win or lose.
Yeah, and if you mess up, like you might get fucking knocked
Like
out.
war.
You might
Yeah.
get,
Like war, yeah.
but that's what I like about it is like
Because it's under a more respectable set of circumstances.
and yeah, like agreed upon gamified version of it. It does kind of get some like primal shit out. I don't know.
I guess
think
I
it's-
just have
think
my
it's cool.
period, so primal is check.
Yeah,
on
the blood and the primal is
I can have
you
blood
just check
without
it every
doing
month.
all of that.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
men,
just
we
like,
don't have
crime
that.
scene.
We're like,
Like-
fight. Crime scene.
You know what I mean? Like, I think women get the primal thing in different ways.
Yeah.
So
probably
that
so.
makes sense.
That's honest.
But yeah, I like it more than boxing in that it's so complex. It's like so complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to I've never seen it live. I think that would be pretty wild.
Yeah.
I saw
I
some.
hope you get somebody's freaking brain matter splattered over you. Is that what you want?
No one's
like, what do
brain
you
matter
want? Do you want
is
to
ever
sniff the
anywhere.
iron in their blood? Like,
Maybe.
what do you want?
Yeah, maybe.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's an
That
experience.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try.
I mean,
it.
dang.
No, it's so
I mean,
gnarly.
wow. I could send you some of my used pads.
No. You're gonna need to
That's
keep
good.
that to yourself. Thank you.
Okay. Daniel,
have to
can I
keep
put
that to
you on the
yourself,
mailing
thank you.
list?
I'm all good.
All right, because in addition to Fee, I also send out used underwear.
Well then, okay. I'm sure I can sell it
The
on
Ned's
eBay.
Declassified
Right?
I can resell
Patreon.
it.
Right?
Right.
Lindsay's used pads. We're making bank.
Yeah,
bud.
right. I don't know. I don't know. I think okay.
I did go to an amateur MMA fight in Mexico one time.
and that's the word. At least be skilled if you're going to be doing that crap.
Yeah, I was pretty drunk at the time, but I do remember a dude snapped his ankle, and we heard it. We were right in the front and heard the, ooh, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Dang.
It's fun though, man.
Like, it's a
fun. It's not me.
bloodlust.
It's not my leg.
Not my leg. They agreed to it. They love it. They live for it.
I don't think anybody lives for that.
They do.
Some
These
of
people
them die for it.
Some of them.
Very few.
Very few.
Right.
Hold on,
okay.
very few.
All right. Tip for tryouts episode.
Yes.
Oh, are we done?
Try out.
Yes.
MMA.
Yeah. Try out watching MMA and see if you like it or not, and if it resonates. Because I do think it brings watching something that primal does bring up a lot of emotions and feelings, and you can kind of see where you stand. It's interesting.
Watch Israel Adesanya. Like watch.
Oh, yeah,
Watch
he's
someone
flowing,
who is in like some martial arts flow
That flow state.
Yes.
Watch
someone. And again, you might stumble on some like super violent ones, but like watch someone who's in like a flow state. You might see some beauty.
Yeah, operating optimally, like being the most human you can to survive.
So just very briefly, that's also what I love about it is the rules. Like the victory is so apparent. Like here's two people going up against each other physically who have worked really hard to train for this. Like they are skilled at what they do, and like. It is person on person. Like that is such, I don't know, there's like something pure to it, even though it is violent.
Yeah.
My last piece. Tip, Daniel?
Absolutely.
You got a tip? You got a
Tip for tryouts. Hey, don't be afraid to try new things. You never know what you might be the best at, all right? You know, try whatever sport you want to and try jumping out of a plane maybe.
Yeah,
Something.
skydiving's
Don't be
dope.
afraid to try.
My tip for this episode is do the worm, but don't do it so hard you break your face.
Yeah. Don't worm too hard.
Thanks for listening, Ned Heads. See you next week.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you guys want some clips from the show, go on over to Podco's YouTube channel. And you can also support our Patreon for more weekly bonus content. You guys know you want to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Back.
We're back, babies. Welcome back to the Ned Pod. Ned Pod Sue Guide.
Ned Heads.
The Ned Pod. Ned Heads. Ned Heads.
Daniel, come on.
I gotta add some more in there. Ned Heads, let's go. Yeah.
The Ned D Posu Guide.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. We're back here, Ned, Modes, and Cookie from your childhood as adults. Watching episodes and talking about them.
Yeah.
And our lives. And your lives.
Yep.
Yes.
Good to be back with you all.
It really is.
It's really good.
It's really
it's nice to be back here with all of you.
So what episode are we watching?
So, this episode that we're covering today is part 1 of episode 5 of Ned's Declassified. Season 1, Crushes.
Wow.
Okay.
Crushes.
Did we all watch?
I've seen Crushes. Yeah.
I you know what? I made it.
Oh, hold on.
So
Hold on. What? You didn't?
I didn't make it around 2 crushes.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't make it around to it, huh?
I didn't.
Even though we're doing a podcast today.
Yeah. Devin, you take such stellar notes. And I you know, I'm waiting for these visuals to be sparked by you.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
You
I'm
do
gonna-
such good work and project partners.
You're
I chose
saying
the right one.
You're saying You're
Yeah.
saying I'm the Martin Corley to
Yes,
your Seth Powers.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
In this episode, crushes. Obviously, great middle school content. Crushes are everything in middle school. I feel like it's like the most important thing in the world is your crush.
I missed this entire thing.
Yeah,
but-
sorry.
Everyone's first
No.
crush
I
doesn't
mean,
like them
like
back,
in
right?
real life.
I feel like everyone's first crush doesn't
doesn't
like them
like
back.
them.
Yeah, I think that's like part of growing up. I think it's a rite of
just wanna make
passage.
sure my phone wasn't blinking.
So in this episode, Ned is crushing on Susie.
Of course.
But kind of blows it. He wants to be around her a lot, like, right? Because he can't talk to her well. He can't speak well around her because he's
Right.
nervous. This happened to me in my real life. And so he just like tries to be around her, right? So then maybe she can crush on him, which was like a good tip. They both sign up to decorate the gym for the dance coming up.
Right.
And Ned, it starts going well. They're having a good time. And then like, I just like fuck it all up. I like spill shit on her and
Don't
it
you
all
leave
goes
her like
bad.
hanging?
I leave her
on top of the
hanging.
freaking rafters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's some really funny shit. But yeah, I blow it and I drive Susie into the hands of Seth at the end. But Mose, the whole episode, is trying to avoid Coconut Head because she thinks he has a crush on her.
Yes.
And she thinks Coconut Head is going to ask her to the dance because he keeps showing up with roses. So it's the episode, we have that meme of you in a trash can. It's that episode.
Hiding.
Where you're hiding in trash cans. The whole
Right.
which was like brought back some great memories.
Great
Super
memories.
funny.
Oh my
You just getting
gosh.
picked up by Gordy in the trash
Yep.
can and running away from Coco because Moses like I'm afraid I can't say no to him.
Yeah.
Because he's such a
So
little precious
sweet and, like, you
but I
know,
don't want to
fragile.
go with him. And
Right.
you heard that Seth is gonna ask Mose to the dance, so you're waiting for that. It turns out at the end of the episode, he was sending Coconut Head to ask
do it
for him.
Yeah.
And because you've been hiding, he ends up kind of accidentally asking Susie. So I drive Susie into Seth Powers. You drive Seth Powers into Susie. Both of our crushes goes wrong. And Cookie.
And no, but also Bully Loomer and the Huge Crew are upset with both you guys. So now the Huge Crew wants to beat you up because
Yes.
because Ned like is now going.
No, I didn't go with her.
that's
No,
not-
because they like.
No, I think
that's
that's like
dances.
later.
That's dances.
Yeah,
Whole
that's
different
that's
episode,
later.
guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. That's
Okay.
later.
Got it.
But Cookie in this episode,
Yes.
you're just trying to hack love with you
Oh,
basically
supermodel.
invent eHarmony.
I invented eHarmony. Cookie invented the majority of this epic social technology
Yeah.
that we have, guys. For those who
Yeah,
don't know.
you Cookie invents a matchmaking algorithm and is trying to
Christian Mingle. if
yeah,
you will.
Farmers only.
Farmers only.
Baby.
Yeah.
and he's trying to get paired
Hinge.
with an
of
international
Plenty of fish.
supermodel.
Martika.
And-
something.
Yes, and the algorithm keeps giving him either Lisa Zemo or a Siberian Husky.
Yes.
Oh.
So he's trying to match me up with this girl who's sniffly and.
Wait, didn't we have this Siberian Husky? Siberian Husky?
Siberian Husky. We did
What
have
are
a
you
Siberian
saying?
Husky.
Siberian Husky.
Oh.
Where was it? Did I get to pet it?
It was in the dances episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You had a line, Daniel, that
Yeah.
it's just such a good joke. It's just a self-aware joke. Is I've taken emotion out of the equation and put love where it belongs, in the hands of technology. It's just like a funny, self-aware joke.
It was great, but then that's actually what ended up kind of happening. Like society moved to
Dude.
it being acceptable to find, people on these dating sites or Instagram. Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, love really did. At least the initial meeting of someone, really did move pretty fully digital.
Yeah.
Like I think
like,
that's
why
how
waste my
most
time?
people are dating now.
yeah,
Do you guys fucks with the apps?
I've never used a dating app.
Never in my
Instagram,
life.
but-
Cool.
Never in my life.
No?
I'm gonna be honest. I signed up for one of them once, and then a couple of my friends texted me that were like, "Are you on here?" And then I was
Oh,
like,
Raya.
shamed.
Is it a Raya thing?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
did Raya.
shamed.
They tried to. Yeah. I don't know.
And then anybody that I would start to talk to, I would get scared and stop talking.
Dang. Did you get some nice matches? So for those of you who don't know, Raya is this kind of like almost industry, right?
Yeah, Raya's
dating
like
site?
you have to get invited and like you have to have some kind of acting music. You have to have some
Tyler
kind of like
Stillman tried to get me on Raya. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna meet a lot of babes," and I was like, "I'm kind of in a relationship." I can't really do it."
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna be the spinster forever, but like I just like I can barely stand you if I've known you and like we can rekindle for a lunch. Like I I just don't have the bandwidth to go out with a stranger. So
Yeah.
call it settling or whatever, but it's gonna be from the friend group, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's anything, and not even from that, just like usually
gonna
people
be
I
in
work
life.
with, people
Yeah.
that like
Someone you've met.
you
in
know what I
person.
mean? Exactly. And yeah, the online thing just is not.
Yeah.
And not that it's not. I think I'm not social enough or like courageous enough to be on them, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know my own boundaries enough, and I don't think I could set good enough boundaries meeting a stranger.
Yeah.
Like I just don't trust that about me at this point.
Yeah. I was in a long-term relationship when they started to become like the thing. And so I was never on them. When I got out of that relationship, I actually never got on the apps until the pandemic. Because then it was like, I can't meet anyone. There's nowhere to meet anyone now.
Except the internet.
And I was so lonely.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me see what this is about, right? Like, I think there's good and bad to them, and I've never been on them, and our entire generation is on them. Like, let me see what it's about. And I don't know. I guess I feel I'm glad I like got to experience it, but I don't think I'll get back on them ever. I did them for like a couple months. I get it in terms of getting to meet people. You're opening up your opportunity to meet people. But what I don't like is it's kind of like unlimited, and it's a lot of time in like a very beginning stage of meeting someone, where in person I would kind of know immediately if I want
Right,
to spend
right.
more time with them.
Yeah.
On the apps, I don't fucking know yet.
really know.
I
Am I
don't know
gaining ground or
shit
no?
yet.
Yeah.
So you have to like kind of like wade into it for a while, talk to people enough until you want to meet with them, and then even then you might meet with them and it's not it, and you would have known that immediately if you knew them in person.
Right.
But I've met some nice people on it. Like it, I get it for people, but yeah, it just felt like not. I'd rather meet people in person. I really need to know what their energy feels like in person. It's too hard on the app. And then I feel like being on them, you have to spend time on them, like swiping or whatever, choosing people, finding someone to engage with. And I really didn't like the sensation of like swiping through hundreds of women, judging if I want to talk to them based on their photo and like these little prompts. Like I didn't like doing, and you have to do it if you want to find someone to meet. And I didn't like spending time looking and judging someone who, again, if I met them in person, I would know pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
So it didn't feel good to like sit and like judge the profiles.
Right.
I didn't like it. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I've been off them, and I don't think I'll get back on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it happen in person, unless we get locked down for another pandemic, in the next
Oh, and
10
then you're
years,
back
and
on.
then maybe I'm back on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was lonely, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I was real lonely.
I feel like I'm at this point where I could turn almost to complete celibacy and be fine. Honestly, it's so much work and
Yes.
like
Yes, it
confusion
is.
and effort, and I'm literally like, you know what? Maybe I'm not the most ambitious person in the world. I actually don't think I am. I actually don't think that ambition is very high on anything I have to do. I like comfortable, being kind, and routine. Like,
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna add to that, fantastico. And if not, I'll meet you in a library somewhere, and we'll talk over the same booklet. But it'll be like a happenstance.
Yeah.
We'll be acquaintances. It won't be this romantic thing, and disappoint. Like, and I don't mean to sound jaded, because I'm not. And I'm open, but it's
Right.
almost like like it's not. I'm not looking to be locked down, and I don't know that that's even like the path for me. And I also don't think. I think that my sexuality is very tied up in emotional need, and I mean, you can work that out yourself, and it's the kind of the same for a chick. Like, at least I think, but yeah. So if I'm needing something other than that, I'm learning to give it to myself,
Yeah.
and so
I'm kind of with you. I don't know. After being in so many,
You've been in
I've been in so
and how
many
weird is
long
this?
relationships. Yeah.
I have a fucking connection
With
to
how many? Two of my like
Two.
great exes. Two
Yeah.
of my major
Yep.
exes.
Yep. So Molly, I just knew from around, and
Yeah.
like that was like, oh wow, dating, like, cool. Ashley Jackson
That's three. then.
was on 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's
lovely,
right.
lovely girl.
That's right. That's
and
three.
she hung out
Sarah.
with Carly.
She was always with Carly.
And then Sarah, I
Went
went
to
to
high
Notre
school
Dame with for that one semester.
Wow.
right?
So
Yeah.
Devin's just been picking
Right,
off
just
of your.
sir,
And
yeah,
you
right,
are my other great ex-lover.
right. Thank you. Right.
I've just been
Just
circling the
wild.
Notre Dame pool.
Wild.
I
I
mean,
was
hey, no
so just like when you out with Molly, because Molly's like this golden, perfect, talented, clean, pure angel, and I was just like, of course. No, but yeah. So
Yeah, that is so
It is
funny.
so strange. I was thinking about that and like laying that out, the other night.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, and you've seen like I was in like serious relationships. A lot
years.
of my romantic life was always like I never like casually dated. It was always like a girlfriend and like the whole thing and all the shit and like being a good guy and all these things, right? At this point in my life, yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't know what's for me. Now I see so much convention in relationships, especially the beginning. I feel like I just see a lot of fitting people into an idea of something and not actually like seeing what is our interaction consistently, actually peering into who is this person and am I really getting to know them or am I fitting them into an idea of something that I want? I don't know, man. I see a lot of stuff that right now in my life I'm not interested in. I love intimacy. I like getting to know people, but the pace for me at this point has to be so much slower than people are used to.
Yeah.
Is like, yo, I don't want to text every day. Anyone.
Anyone.
Facts.
Anyone.
Yo, people are trying to have so many serious communication conversations in their relationship over text, which is absolutely insane. People are sending pages of text to their intimate partner trying to communicate serious things that you have to get through over text.
Yeah.
That's not the medium.
No.
Get in person, dude. But yeah, that shit drives me crazy. And then just setting up the
I
expectation
don't think people
of texting every day.
A lot of people have
Nope.
the ability to do that in person. You know what I mean? Which tells me, A, maybe you're not ready for that relationship in the first place.
Sure, you're not ready for me.
And the thing is, people spend almost no time on their own. Like,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a good thing. Everything that you want in a partner, if you wrote it down, you have to be those things in abundance as
Facts.
well, right? And I don't think people remember, like when you say fit them into something, it's like fit them into how my insecurity has gone this way. You know what I mean? Fit them into how they are going to help me feel safe this way.
exactly.
Feel
Solve
them-
it yourself.
So
Exactly.
this weird mold that you're pouring them into, and it's not like this pure thing. It's like filling in all these holes. That
Yes.
you're filling in.
Yes.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Even the texting everyday thing. Like, I want a connection with someone to be
So strong you don't feel like you're gonna lose me every second.
yeah. Well, and I want to be curious. I want it to be. I think relationships can become. Okay, let me use Instagram as an example. We all have our little things that become little dopamine hits, little comfort things that make us quell our anxiety for a moment or numb it, or just little, like you said, little insecurity things. We have little digital things that become that solution for us, and people make that their partner in their relationship. The texting every day, like, this isn't because you really want, you're not trying to get to know something about me. It's because you want that little, you get,
Yeah, you
you're
want a relationship
expecting
with
that
your phone.
You're talking
you want
to yourself.
and you
Like,
want me to be your little like dopamine
Sounding
thing
board.
that you can go to anytime. And like, that doesn't feel like love to me.
Yeah.
That's
That-
need. That's
that's
need.
need
That's not love.
that like you can get other places. Like, I want my shit with partners to be like, no, let's make our time special, not
and
this
sacred.
like, let's make it sacred when we're talking and together and fun and silly and all these things, but not the expectation every day.
Yeah. It's
And
too
like, are
rigid
you
for
mad
sure.
if you didn't like? And
No.
Yeah.
I'm too old for
yeah,
that shit.
Yeah, and people are like, well, if you have a minute, you should call. Or like those people who are like,
Why?
I'm just so stressed, but then the next second, like you leave them for a second, 20 minutes later, they're on the phone talking, rehashing the same thing, like never finding silence, peace, or space or resolution, and constantly finding comfort in that re-victimization of themselves. That special mentality. That's the greatest thing that I learned in rehab was like, dude, you are special, but no more special than anybody else. Like, really, your problems have been experienced
Yeah, they're
before
minuscule, yeah.
by them. Yeah, and they're minuscule, and by the you know, and that's actually the superpower is in the extraordinary. It really is, dude, because that's the connective tissue in most of our lives. Like, if you do the ordinary right, the extraordinary is going to be like so much better. Right. But we don't invest any time in that ordinary. Everything, even when you post on Instagram, is like this extraordinary selfie, this extraordinary story. Look at this, like where I am
big
today.
grand
Just
gesture.
exactly.
Big romantic
Oh my God, I
things.
hate that, dude.
Dude.
Like, oh yeah, I need that ring, or I need that.
When people start to talk like that, I'm like,
dude. No bueno, no bueno. I don't. I mean, just conventions in general, like you mentioned, like there's so many things that people just expect. And they're like, I need you to help me feel like I'm receiving these things that I saw on TV. And I'm just like, yo, I don't want to turn myself into this just rigid character to fill your needs.
Yeah.
I literally am a person. I was a person before I met you. I don't want to change myself too much to fit some narrative. Like,
Yeah, I think young love is all about like changing each other and compromise. and,
right.
like, oh, let me become that thing that you want me to be.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older and spent lots of time by myself and actually gotten to know who the fuck I am, lonely, in solitude, what I want, what I don't want, like, yeah, now when I interact with people, it's like, hold on, before I decide to compromise with you or change for you, like, let's communicate needs, boundaries. Like, let me make sure you're not just fitting me into some idea of someone. Like, get to know who I actually am.
Because you could go get any Joe on the street.
Yeah, you want to
for
go
that,
just
yeah.
like play the fucking game. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm an individual. You
Yeah.
have to actually get to know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting out there. I've really been watching it over the past couple years. And of course, all of this for me came from, I did the thing for so long and I was committed to that idea of love. I ended up in codependent relationships a lot out of the best intentions, out of
course.
like,
Oh,
no,
that's
I
my
love this person. So
I can do
let
this
me
for
let
her.
me do
Compromise.
everything. Let me talk through. Let me do it all. Let me all of that.
My favorite phrase, the road to hell is paved
With
with,
good
good
intentions.
intentions.
Yeah.
That's it. I ended up so lost and so heartbroken enough, and it's just far from myself, far from my own center.
Yeah.
Enough times, and the last one hurt so bad that I'm actually glad it happened because it pulled me into
Oh, yeah.
a more authentic place in myself and my relationship to like romance and love.
Dude. Because it sucks to fall short of your own goals, but it really hurts when you have convinced yourself that you're falling short of someone else's goals.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't even want to be on that rat race. And
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like,
want to be in this game.
I'm in this misery that is not even my own
Yes.
to, to have.
Yes, it's not even my purpose misery like that I need to focus on. No, it's your
It's not that good,
expectations.
Muck.
Yeah.
You know
Where
what I
it's-
mean?
And their expectations are always changing.
Yeah.
Like they're not
yeah,
consistent.
exactly. Moving the goalpost.
Moving the goalpost every time.
Yep,
man.
yep.
Yeah, I was devastated after my last relationship. We dated
Yeah.
4.5 years.
Oh, jeez.
And I wanted to marry her. So like that was I was working towards a future. And then I found myself at this point where I had to choose my own dignity. Like it literally became, I have to choose my dignity or meeting the person who I love the most in this world where she's asking me to meet her. And when it became that choice, after so many years of showing up as like a great boyfriend, I was just like, wow, it's come to this, and I have to choose my own self-respect and dignity.
Yeah.
Like you're asking me now to like give away all of myself to meet you where you're demanding to be met, and it was like I can't, and I'm out.
Yeah.
And then I had to look at over years. I had to process, how did I get myself here? Like,
Oh, and it's tough. It's tough. It makes you feel real bad because you're like, yo, dude, you're stronger than this. You are
Exactly.
better than this. How?
how did I get
it
here?
together.
Because I got here. Like I chose into all of this, and now I'm at this point where I feel so far from who I am.
Yeah.
And I did it. I
And
gave it
even
up.
scared to make that move to get away because I'm so codependent now.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude.
I don't want to be here, but I gotta make that move. And you just have to do it, guys.
I had to power through that fucking breakup and just sit in the rawness of like, I am a shell. I am a raw nerve.
Of the man I used
like
to
just
be.
crying all the time. Just like I just had to get through it all. And I don't know. Thank God, it was kind of a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Crushes.
Dang.
And
They'll crush you.
My
crush it,
last
baby.
relationship, I was calculating this the other day, was 7 years ago. My last like official
Like,
like,
big one, yeah.
we're in this for the same like idea and goal. And that ended in court, and just was a terrible situation. And I think that's definitely contributed. Like my 20s was shut off after that. Like I was 25, and I mean I just like I spiraled so far downwards.
Yeah.
This was one person, probably the first person that I really trusted. Like we dated for 2.5 years, but we just like, we were just like soulmates of a type. And, just drugs and crap got in the way. And, like he ended up breaking into my house, like attacking me and, really recreating this court scenario that I had with my parents when I was younger, right? Like having to testify and being sort of like diminished, right? The judge was this real misogynistic piece of shit. And I was like, how is this even possible? Like,
Some judges
how are
suck.
you in, and he, like his attorney, like, I mean, it was just humiliating. And it really turned me off from that whole thing. I've kind of just been a shell, but I really had no idea what relationship was, what friendship, what relationship, what any of that was before like this complete annihilation.
Yeah.
I say I didn't really have a friend before I turned 30 because I didn't know how to be a friend.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's rough. But then it's like as much as I think it's so important to spend time in your own and in your own discomfort, not just on your own blissing out and in your own joy. No, in those nights where you're like, there's a hole in me, like something is missing, and just being in that for a while, like I think it's so important. But then at the same time, and the pandemic really showed me it, was like, but I also need intimacy. I need connection. I need physical touch. Like, and the pandemic was the first time it showed me it because like it wasn't happening. We were locked down in California for a while, and like I wasn't getting any of that for so long. Like no normal physical touch. It's not like Theo and I were like cuddling each other while we were locked down in the apartment,
Yeah.
And I started like I was not a better version of myself. Like there was something missing. We do need it.
You
as
know what is a great way for guys to cuddle?
Go on.
If you guys ever get in this
Daniel,
situation,
listen carefully.
No, it's so healing. Back to back, when you literally just both lay in the fetal position and like your spines touch it. I don't know. There's something.
Oh, wait,
just
wait.
like,
Are you saying for two males to come?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even anybody can lay like
butt to
that.
butt is what she's saying.
Right?
I do that
But
with
just-
my girls sometimes.
I know that's the best you can do
but
it
yeah,
then
same
too.
male to
But,
male.
but
you're saying
if you
there's no-
yeah, if you were
yeah.
you could have gone back to back.
No,
you might have not have felt.
It actually would have.
But
done
it was so like it's so.
No, I know what you mean. I did it. My mom is immunocompromised, but she lives alone, so she was feeling so crazy during the pandemic because she couldn't touch any, like she couldn't, and then lived alone. So when I'd go like drop off groceries or whatever, there was one time she was like, don't hug me. She was like, but just like lean against my back. Like I just need physical touch. And it did, you do feel something. Like we as humans, we are not meant to live solely isolated on our own. Physical touch.
Those babies
is
die,
healing.
right?
Yes.
Those babies, babies
no.
who don't get touched when they're born.
And not just maybe some die and some just grow up like babies who don't get touched on the skin. Like it is a really important thing for us as beings in the world. We need physical touch.
Was that an old wives' tale that they died from
No.
touching? That
It's
really
like
did
their
happen.
immune system doesn't develop and stuff. Like it really becomes a thing.
Yeah.
We studied that in class, I think once. It was like some doctor or whatever.
Right,
some
a Russian.
war-torn- yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was like a Russian situation or something.
Of like babies who weren't getting touched and what happened.
Scott
There was
told
like
us,
two
right?
floors. There was one floor where
They were
actually interacting with the babies, and then one floor that was upstairs where they didn't, and like the babies would like die or either end up having defects.
Issues, yeah, because shit doesn't
babies up
develop.
there.
Are there babies up there? Like, I don't really feel like walking up the stairs. We'll just-
Was it what? Was it like an experiment, or
Yeah,
they
were
just
they-
like?
were they consciously
I gotta go
doing
back.
it,
I
which
feel
is
like Scott.
frightening.
I
That
feel
would
like
be
I know a snapshot of what you're talking about, like a black and white, just like of all these grid, like.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that shit. So
Man.
so that's
And-
the,
and-
that's the
and-
dichotomy.
yeah,
That's
what-
the juxtaposition.
What I loved about yoga, because I got a yoga certification, and something that I'm still not totally comfortable doing is giving people adjustments, but that non-sexual physical touch, like not even the like. It's intimacy, and
Yes.
you know the person without having to go through anything.
Yeah, but it's not sexual.
And
it's not romantic.
what- some
but
of
it's still intimate.
Like the most, and this is why I have a problem touching people, because the people who have like adjusted me, I mean, it's the most healing touch. And I would imagine if it's not the best, or if you feel shaky, I've had that too, and it's terrible. But yeah, that yoga I used to love, because I can do the shavasana adjustments, but just holding people and giving to them, and I don't know, just letting them relax. Even when you like touch people like in the subway, or not that we're in a subway, but like whatever, like you're conscious that you just like touch them. You don't leave your leg there or anything, you know?
But it makes you conscious you exist.
Yeah.
Everything can get
Yeah.
way too
Exactly.
squirrely when you're just
Exactly.
isolated in your own mind. We do exist as physical beings in this world, and like, it oh, I exist.
Right.
I'm here. Like, I'm here. I'm in this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I do ponder that being an individual doing, you know, just your own thing might be a positive. Like solitude, I really do value solitude.
Hermetic.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I would not mind having a circumstance where I could go off into the world and just be a survivalist, do it all for myself, you know, and even escape love, because love is like a human construct, you know. I mean, I'm just saying.
What we
There are
understand
people who
of love is the human construct. But
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna
sometimes
say
I don't
love
think
is
that
not
pure-
constructed by. I'm gonna say it's innate.
Oh, you feel like it's innate in humans?
I think in beings.
In beings.
I feel
you
like
think all beings love?
to some capacity. I mean, I can't speak for an animal, but very
question.
at least humans. I think love is like I don't think we construct it. I think it's a necessary part
don't
of
know.
life.
I feel like love can be a set of actions or activities and shared interactions.
Imagine your life if your parents.
really
Imagine your life
responsible.
if your parents didn't love you. If you
Check.
didn't.
Well, no.
I'm just kidding. I'm
That's
just kidding.
instinctual.
I'm just
though.
kidding.
I think parents, just like in the animal kingdom, help babies because they see it as protecting their own genes.
They see their own mortality, and
own
that's why.
mortality.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm not saying that I haven't enjoyed the experience
Yeah,
of
of
love.
course.
I have, but sometimes I do wonder if I would be better off if I just focused on those things that I deem beneficial and worth my effort.
Well,
and
are
didn't
those,
get
are those
distracted
things
by-
that like make you money, or what are those things?
Well, productivity, whatever you can come up with for yourself. Of course, we live in like capitalistic society, so money is this thing that we've been taught. This is what you have to access in order to enjoy yourself. But you know, I try to imagine a world where we didn't have societal norms that we're saying these are the things that are worth you wanting. Even just the love thing. Like a lot of people, I think, are searching for love because they've been taught that that's what they need. And I love the relationships I have where it's not, you know, based on love. Like I'm only here because you're my girlfriend and yada yada.
I'm here because I want to be.
Here because I want to be, and also because we're doing things together that are beneficial to us.
Yeah. I get what you're exploring, and I think, I spend a lot of time by myself, and I can do it, and I think it's beneficial. And I do think I spent too much time on relationships when I was younger, rather than like building other things. But it was very important to me. It was enriching to my life. Like love, in a lot of ways, has made me better.
Yeah.
But I do think if you spent that time all on your own, hermetically
I would long for the.
I think at a certain point you would.
Long for balance.
Yes, I think at a certain point you would like I said, the pandemic showed me it. I got like my mind was, something was missing. Just not having someone's eyes to look into and like someone to like bounce back off of.
Now,
and, like,
community
touch.
is real. Do you feel like you were losing purpose because you didn't have someone else to? Is it validation? Though?
It's not validation in the way of like worth. It's like validation in the way of like existence. Like I was too on my own.
Yeah.
What do you think your love language is?
What are they
See
again?
there, yeah.
Physical touch, acts of service, gifts, words of affirmation.
That's 4, right? I think it's 4.
No, it's 5.
That's 5.
Quality time, that's
Time
mine.
spent together.
That's mine.
Oh, yours is quality time?
Mine is quality time. What's yours?
I'm somewhere in physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Somewhere, those are the more important ones for me than gifts and acts of service.
I was acts of service and wait, I'm sorry, what was the other one? You just mentioned it.
Quality time.
Gifts.
No.
Quality time.
Not the gifts.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. I cannot be around people who use language to
Diminish.
Diminish, man. Like to bring people down. I'm like, even just when they're speaking to themselves and it's this internal conversation
yeah.
and they're being negative, I cannot be around it. Sometimes I find myself in relationships where that's a thing, and I think because I'm so against it, people end up having that pushback where it's like, oh, he's defined himself as this, I got to define myself as this. So they'll bring up just negative points because I'm so positive. But I'm like, if I'm gonna speak positivity. If you tell me you have a problem, I'm gonna say, okay, let's go ahead and turn this into a solution. Don't diminish my problem. It is a problem and it exists. And it's like, I know, but that's not our goal. Our goal is not to be here in this problem. Our goal is to reach that conclusion and solution. So
people don't come just for solutions, though. They come for closure. And at a certain, like, there's a certain amount of that is being heard, and then there's a certain amount of that is wallowing in re-victimization, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I think recognizing and acknowledging, I think that's what we're asking each and every one of us to do with each of the movements we're doing. You need to acknowledge the hurt, right? And then you can maybe, like, jump to a place that is solution-oriented. But yeah, I agree. There's too much time is spent in the wallow. But I do think that there is valid expression in
stating the issue,
and feeling the issue, right? And I think by talking about it, a lot of us talk our way through a lot of emotional crises, right? Trust me, there is talking about it way too much, and there is solution based. But I think a little more of that like right brain mentality is what brings the closure, and not just the technical solutions to these things.
Yeah, because you can't always solve emotion with intellect.
The logic.
Technology.
No, I found that.
Yeah, like you can't. It's not how it works. It's
Cookie
knew.
right. It's
Cookie
a different mechanism.
Yeah.
My roommate told me a great thing recently, and I was like, "Whew, that's gonna be hard to implement, but I'm gonna try it if I ever get in something again, because I don't know what it looks like at this point." Right. But you know, every relationship you get into these kind of circular puzzle conversations where you're missing hearing each other, and it's a big misunderstanding, and it keeps circling back in on itself, and it's fucking insane, and you're both trying to get points across and no one's listening.
So you're gaslighting each other.
And you're both right, all this shit. He said he got so sick of that at a certain point, when he realized that was going on, he slowed everything down and he said, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You know, you set an amount of time, maybe 5 minutes or something. Each person is gonna get to talk. The other person has to listen, not say anything while that timer's on. And then after the person speaking is done speaking, the partner has to repeat back to them
to make sure
what they heard.
Yep.
And then you deal with that. You get heard, you get flat on that, and then do it in the other way. And he said it has worked incredibly, because you know, you get in those misunderstanding bubbles, like or just like funnels that just don't stop. You're just stuck in this cycle. And I thought that he said it works, and I can see why. I'm like, oh, that sounds right.
Yeah. If both parties are interested in it.
Yes.
Because some people literally just want that disagreement.
They want the fight.
That turn taking and the terms of engagement.
Yes.
It makes things flow so much smoother. It's just getting everyone on the page to where they're like, oh, you're patronizing me. You want me to do all these rules. And it's like, I'm looking for us to be able to communicate.
Looking for a structure where we can both hear each other.
Yeah.
I thought that sounds good, man. That sounds like that works.
Yeah, and never like underestimate the power of just holding space for somebody without solutions. Like that's where the closure usually comes. So I was like putting this audition up just like 2 days ago with this this new friend that I have, and she just like, she's a mom, and she came into the room, and I was like spiraling. I was mother like da 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 da, and she kind of just like leaned on this chair. And she didn't say anything, but I like kept pacing, and I could just feel myself kind of like calming down and like letting the stuff go like this. And I was like, the point is I'm really overwhelmed. And she was like, okay, cool, we got there. But it was so
she wasn't solving
powerful.
Yeah.
But her attention, it wasn't like anxious. It wasn't anything. It was just like, hey, I'm here.
Yep.
You know? And then I was able to, instead of, because sometimes like, you know, my like mental stuff just gets really dysregulated with emotions. And if somebody is constantly trying to put like,
here's how you fix it.
I'm somebody who needs space anyway.
Yeah.
And I just like her just witnessing meant so much to me. And it went so far towards just being like, I'm throwing a tantrum and just want to be heard that I'm upset.
Yep.
You know? And I know the solution, and you don't have to do anything to like alleviate the different pressures that are going to happen. Like,
yeah, that's valid. I mean, and it kind of speaks to what you were saying about just wanting someone there, not necessarily to validate, but just to hold that space.
Just to
almost
exist
yeah.
together, witness each other. Like, it really is something. I feel like if you spent enough time having it not happen at all. But we do get like the pandemic was a very specific version of it, because we do get witnessed even when we go out to get something to eat or whatever. Like you're being seen. Being in my fucking apartment, literally not being seen except digitally, but digitally is not the same, man. There's something about like I need other people in my life. I think we as humans need other people to experience this thing with, to bounce up against, to be seen, to be witnessed. I think it's like a vital part of who we are.
So if you had a chance to be an astronaut and go out into space and
I'd do
for
it.
like 5 years.
Oh, 5 years? Hold on.
Are you out of your
Set the rules.
skull?
5 years like Martian, however long that guy was up there.
No, but like go up to the ISS for like a couple months or a year. Go up to the International
Well,
Space Station.
There's homies there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're
You're saying
like a
you're
solo
saying
mission.
fuck no.
No.
Fuck
no way.
Send
Alone?
him off in a pod.
Yeah, alone.
What if
Just
you
for
guys-
what purpose?
What if
Yeah,
somebody?
what's the
What if
purpose?
somebody
What's the
knocked
fucking
somebody
point?
out, put them in a rocket, and they just woke up in space?
Well, they die. Well, but like in a environment, like in a
Is there
pod,
food?
because you couldn't just be in space. You'd be
Well, no, I know. Like you
mean like
shoot
in-
them up in something.
in some
whatever.
kinda-
Yeah.
Pressurized
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that
What
would
if?
be a nightmare. I mean, that would
Do
be
you
a
think
literal
that
nightmare.
that is like a crime that could be like?
No, because it would cost so much money and government
But
resources.
what about 2020? What about 2048?
No.
20.
I still think it would cost so
24,
much.
48. 24, 48. 24,
No, because no one
48.
could just do it. You would need.
Oh, I'm sorry.
25,
No, go on.
48.
I was gonna say that would be an awesome model for like a new prison
Horror film
system.
Jesus.
It's like, I was like, all right, you got 4 years, we're sending you up. And he just goes up there,
Jesus.
and there's enough food, but you just gotta sit in solitude.
That is brilliant.
I mean, I don't
You guys
know.
are sick.
At least it's a
you'd
movie.
come back
It
with
could be
like
a movie.
you'd come back with Buddhas, man.
I don't think
Or they would just
Like,
be
I'm
like-
never doing bad again.
I don't think.
Yo, that
It'd be a lot
reminds
of
me of
money,
like
though.
Batman when he sent him out on the ice and stuff, right? Remember
Batman?
in like the one with Bane or whatever.
Oh, Bane. Yeah.
What does he
Like-
do?
Remember they were like Gotham is now under whatever rule, and they would like
Oh
exile
yeah.
them out to the ice.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember. It's
Right?
in The Dark Knight Rises, but
Yeah,
Bane. I
can't
love
remember
that.
that.
right. And they would just have to go out there and like the ice. Yeah,
I can't be alone. Nah, see, I mean, there's a reason isolation is like cruel and unusual punishment. It makes people go insane. Like in
Oh,
prison.
yeah,
like,
true,
isolation,
you're
isolating people from other people. It's a problem.
But if you're isolated-
connection.
The opposite is that. But if you're isolated and you get a chance to work on goals, purposeful goals like harvesting your own food and
Yeah.
whatnot, I feel like it's doable.
Have you watched the show Alone?
Alone.
When are you
I've
going
seen
to
Home
disappear?
Alone.
No. Alone is an incredible survivalist
Alone.
competition show.
Yeah.
It's Alone. They're sending people who have these skills already. They send them out somewhere insane in the wilderness, and the thing is like survive the longest and you win the money.
Yeah.
And they have to film themselves.
Oh.
But they're alone. They get little like health checkups, but you see it, not just the physical toll it takes on them. They of course have spiritual experiences being survivalists, being out there on their own, the appreciation of the food that they get. I mean, it's an amazing show, but you see by the end of it, like they miss some of them. Some of them are straight animals. Some of them are like, I could be out here. Roland, he's like, I could be out here for 1,000 days. I think he's meant to be out there. But some of them you see like, no, man, you miss people. Like you miss people. You miss talking. You miss like.
Yeah.
But not that there wouldn't be value in it. I just think sustain. It would be good for a period of time, but
Yeah.
not sustainable.
It's so
we need people.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Because even just with linguistics, you know, we would study whether language was developed to communicate to others or just for internal communication. And you know,
And
there are
what'd you
different
learn?
schools of thoughts.
Yeah.
Well,
There's different schools of thought
yeah,
about it.
Yeah, who are like, okay, yeah, there's this universal grammar that's already baked into us and also baked into certain animals. Like an animal that wants to, you know, run out of this room is gonna be able to, in their mind, say, okay, I know that there's an obstacle I have to jump over here, then another one there, and then somehow I gotta, you know,
through
exit that
that,
door,
yeah.
whatever, be it scratched through it or whatever. But we all have this internal communication, and it's very procedural about how to reach like a goal. And so it's like, okay, animals don't have the same language faculty that we have for communicating to each other in most circumstances, but that internal kind of conversation does like happen, or at least that internal breakdown of what your obstacles are to reach your goals. So I don't know. I feel like I could sit in the wilderness and just have my own internal.
I feel like you could, and I feel like it would be beautiful. And I think you'd come back to people and appreciate them.
Oh yeah,
more.
I'm sure.
You know,
I agree.
I mean, have you met? I'm
mean,
trying
if
to
you
think.
survive the Bears.
Have you met?
If you
have you met like, you know, like older?
kids?
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry.
I mean, even no, but even that, but like older, isolated people who have pulled away from society mostly. Like, it doesn't make them Buddhas, man. It makes them weird little neurotic.
But is it
beings,
because
man.
our society is just weird, and we
No, I
think
think
that they're wrong?
No.
I'm
I
obsessed
think
with that.
I think we need people to some
Yeah,
degree,
I dig it.
and we need our solitude. Like you said,
A little-
not
a
enough
healthy
people
balance.
are spending time on their own. People are jumping from friend to friend to friend to relationship to relationship to relationship to phone to phone to phone to phone to Instagram to Instagram. Like, not spending that time.
Yeah.
You separate because we're ruled by Venus, man, the planet of love and, like, you know what I mean, sensuality. So
Is that Taurus?
can you remove like you can remove love from all of your senses, all your sensuality, all of it, like, because we have this like thing as Tauruses where like that's kind of like a nice wheelhouse.
Yeah, man. I feel like it can literally be removed.
Just totally removed.
And we can still do positive
So
things
do
for
you-
the world
but-
for
Yeah.
the benefit of the community that we are a part of.
So you could leave like, so not just love, but like adios physicality, adios anything.
What with
If you
humans
went, no,
specifically?
yeah, you going into the wilderness.
I mean, I find that physicality somewhere else. If it means chasing down a buffalo and trying
Trying to have sex with it?
to eat it.
Oh,
I mean,
got it.
but I mean, hey,
Hold on, sorry, I
I
misunderstood.
totally
No,
thought
hold
it
on,
was-
Yeah, I thought.
show
hold
me
on.
the buffalo and I'll decide. I'll
Might be
decide.
a nice looking buffalo. Okay.
Man, but yeah. So how do we? What are the tips to survive in
Are
this
we?
life we're in?
Yeah. Well,
What was the episode?
crushes.
Crushes. Yes, crushed by life.
Oh, real quick. In this episode, right at the beginning, Ned can't speak to Susie, and his gibberish that comes out of his mouth is Kamuga do schmuppel, which brought back good memories. Our script supervisor, Vanessa Meyer, called me Kamuga for the rest of the series. And this was like episode 5. And she always called me Kamuga because that, Kamuga do schmuppel.
Wow.
It's such a good little
That's
like
so
gibberish
sweet.
line.
She was the cutest.
Yeah,
That's
she was
really
a
cute.
cutie. But yeah, tips from our conversation. What you got, Daniel?
Tip for crushes, I'd say.
Or any of the shit we were just talking about.
Oh, just in general?
Yeah.
A tip for me is find the balance in your relationships, guys. Just find the balance. Don't feel like you got to be alone, but also don't feel like you just need people. If you want people, good. If they add to your life, that's perfect. Do that. But don't let people stress you out. I don't care who they are.
I think take time to learn what your love languages are, and not just like from a website online. Like, really feel that in your body, like acknowledge when you're doing those things, and then take the time to do that with a partner. I think it's really important to not get at that place where we're like, well, all they want you to do is show the love in their way. If you're showing the love in your way, it's selfish almost, because it's like
Not getting received, yeah.
love is supposed to, yes, it's for the other person, you know what I mean? And so that has been a super important thing to me, even in not judging people or being like, your feelings are wrong, like this is wrong. No, just seeing that, wow, people really, like with everything, feel safe and cared about and seen in all different ways. So
That's real.
My tip is stop setting up relationships where you text every day and expect to text every day. And also don't have important communication ever over text. Don't have shit that you really need to say through a text message. Don't do it.
can you tell that to me again?
Hey, Linz, don't have important, serious things that you need to communicate through text. It's not the medium.
Cool.
It's not the medium for it.
Thanks, buddy.
Love you. Love
Peace
you.
out,
Love you
Nedheads.
guys.
Peace.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. To check out clips from this episode, go check out Podco's YouTube channel. And for more weekly bonus content, come on and join our Patreon. There's plenty of room here. Thanks so much, and see you guys next week.
Bro,
away.
put it behind a
Please.
paywall and watch the money roll in.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding. For me too, dude. The fucking messages. Show me your feet. Go away from me.
know what I mean?
Go away from me now.
So I did this one song where it's like what I wonder what people like about me, and like I was in a bikini, so I was like boobs, right? Like because that was the sound. And then I did another one, but instead of boobs, I held up my feet. It almost got the same play.
Oh yeah.
Like same.
At this point on the internet, feet are equal in desire to boobs.
Right. And do you guys have any ideas on why that is?
I was just about to inquire, do we feel like when we, I guess in society, once we have memes about feet pics, does it make people actually think they like pics and things like that?
I think
those fetishes.
I think they were already there, but I think the memeing of it
maybe maybe I could have
then spreads it. And there is something about I don't know, feet, that it's like kind of innocent, but also kind of that now they're making it sexual and taboo. So there must be some kind of thing they grab onto there. I don't know.
Who's they?
The feeders.
No, the feeders.
Is that what they call them?
They're expanding their community.
I mean, it's a community. They try and get at me.
Oh, I've infiltrated the feeders.
Because I have beautiful feet.
Totally infiltrated. You do.
Ooh.
They're long.
Yeah. I got a high arch.
Yep.
Oh, the high arch. Okay. So the feet
dancer's
are
feet.
Oh, okay.
The feet are very intimate, though. Like, very intimate. Like, I could have somebody rub my back before I could have somebody rub my feet.
Oh, you feel like that's something kind of, oh, hey, that's mine.
Like, it's something that doesn't get touched that often.
Right. That's
so
the thing.
Like,
it's not touched often.
Whole different sensation, and like, I don't even know what it is, to be super honest with you.
Girls are making a lot of money.
Awesome.
Girls and guys, probably.
Yes. Yeah. You oil it up, and mostly it's just it's wrinkly feet.
I gotta share. Goddamn. I got it.
Oh.
This motherfucker. You know who you are. This motherfucker on Cameo. this motherfucker on Cameo got me, and I kind of knew. I was like, this. They kind of gave me like a little, because people on Cameo have asked me like, show me your feet, and I just won't do them because I'm like, nah. If I'm gonna show you my feet, you're gonna pay more than my fucking Cameo. My Cameo is like $30 or something.
Yeah.
But they gave me like I should have. No,
dude, I charge $150 a Cameo now.
Good.
I am undervaluing myself.
No, mine is marked at 30, but they give me 28 after taxes.
Almost everything is feet. So I'm just like,
I would up it if I'm gonna give them the feet.
If you're getting exclusively feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so when people just ask for feet, I don't do it. But this person, they got me, and I should have known better. They like said something of like big fan. They gave me something else to talk about, and then kind of threw it away. Like, hey, I have this like inside joke with my friend. If just at the end of the video you like throw up your feet, like it's just this joke, and I was like a little suspicious, but I was like, okay, and I even referenced it in the video. I was like, I don't know if this is what you're saying, but here. And then I think I like saw that video, like someone like shared it to me, one of these feet fetishers who gets in my DMs like, you sent that person your feet, why can't, and I'm like, mother.
Not everybody wants some dead feet.
Dang. You took advantage of me. You lied to me, gave me a little story that I convinced myself was real, and you got me to slut out my feet, and I don't feel good about it. I feel a little. I feel like a little vulnerable. I was like, you. At least
I should have charged more.
I should have charged more.
Make that money. Like
it's not even my Cameo's cheap, man. It wasn't enough.
My love, do not undervalue yourself, nor
my sexy feet.
Yeah, nor your parts.
Dang.
Nor.
Never again, motherfuckers. Unless I agree to it. I didn't feel good about them tricking me into it. That felt I felt violated.
Now, do you take care of your feet?
Yeah, they barely exist.
Yeah,
I just have a lower leg.
I barely know they exist.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to be barefoot often. Like I have like dirty like feet because I'm barefoot. Like they're like black on the bottom. I don't even notice. I heard someone say you're supposed to like scrub your feet in the shower.
Oh, you like cleanse, yeah.
No, I mean they're at the bottom where all the soap ends up.
Yeah, but just
I don't even touch them.
Ooh,
I barely
into
touch
a crusty thing.
I don't even touch them.
Do you know what I mean? No, look. It's like a wound after a while. Like you got to. It's like self-care. Do you guys know how good it feels to take care of your feet?
Oh, bathe
there's
though.
a reason
But no, I shower. That's what I meant.
A foot spa. It is an erogenous, very.
No, it feels amazing to get a foot rub and all those things. I'm not doing it often.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm one of those guys who
I would recommend foot baths for you both. It makes you feel like a king.
even the pedicures are tough for me. When like
What?
when a woman like when
Never
the
gotten
lady's
one.
like using the thing, you've never gotten one?
No.
With the lady, she's
Devin,
gonna
I've
grab
never
her
gotten a
take you
pedicure
one.
or a manicure.
You're gonna
I will
laugh the
take you
whole
for one.
time.
I would
Can
love
we
to.
go?
Yeah, I would love to. I've never done it. I've just never done it.
Oh
go
my
get
heart.
those-
Okay,
it
only
sounds
stipulation.
lovely. I would love to get
Immediately.
You
pampered.
need to paint your toes a color, which is
Great.
not going to be a problem.
Not a problem.
Didn't
I haven't
think
done
so.
Not
that.
a problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem for you,
No, I've done the clear.
If
coat
we could
thing.
do a mani-pedi
But
and we
would
just
you do a
paint it
color?
all
a
up.
manly manny.
right? Would you do a color?
No, I'm more
Okay.
of a I'm more clear cut.
Emphatic no.
Yeah.
But
No.
yo, honestly,
I wouldn't die,
I
but-
would like that would be such an experience because truly, it's like I can't explain the kind of relaxation it is and like the care.
I
Like,
get that.
No, it tickles. It's
it's-
gonna be rough. If,
Oh,
especially if
mine
you haven't
too.
had your feet
Terrible.
touched.
I
Yeah,
am.
I'm like,
I am
"Ah."
but
pretty,
I've learned
I
to
am
get through it.
ticklish.
Yeah,
I giggled the whole time.
yeah, yeah.
I'm in. I mean, it sounds
I'm
lovely
totally
to
down.
get
It's like a
pampered.
pumice
I've just
stone.
never.
Yep.
The
Oh.
pumice stone, bro.
Yo, when you get the
crazy.
callus remover, it's like this cheese grater thing. That thing gets so full, and you're just like, how did I even walk before?
Wait. No,
But the
calluses
smooth-
are. I like my
but the
calluses. I want
smoothness
my
of-
calluses.
okay,
I feel proud of my calluses.
You
They're
know,
helping
you
me
know,
walk around
I
like a hobbit.
understand,
Yeah.
but if you ever just like wanted a little cleanup, I mean, like a callus forever, your foot's gonna like fall off. It's so dense and like, you know what I mean? It's like so much callus.
I'll do it for fun. It sounds
It's
lovely.
like turns to glass, yeah. So it'll be great.
I need it too. Last summer with Scott Plimpton, our old studio teacher.
Oh, you did the-
Scott had this goal. He was turning 50. He wanted to walk 50 miles on his 50th birthday. And he invited me. He asked if I wanted to join this challenge and Theo. And I was like, yeah, that sounds fucking awesome. I was like, 50 miles is a lot, but it's just
Yeah.
walking. It's fine. I was like, I can do that. I'm young. I'm healthy. I work out. I got this. And then he called and he was like, hey, so you guys are going to need to do a gut check to make sure you really want to do this. He said, because I just did half. I just did 25 miles. He's like, and I'm dying. And so over a summer, we were training to walk 50
I went once
miles.
with you guys.
Daniel came
Yeah.
with us for like a 12-mile walk in Malibu. We got to, the longest walk we got to was 31 miles in 10 hours. And that shit was some of the most pain I've ever felt. Like the dull pain in the bottom of your feet from walking for that long. Like there was such beauty in it, like just going on long walks. And we live in California, so we're walking
Oh yeah, scenery
on the
is great.
coast,
Yeah.
like beautiful. There's like long boardwalks all the way down the coast. It was gorgeous, but 31 miles walking, my feet were destroyed.
Wow.
But I was proud of those calluses, God damn it.
That freaks me out. Like people like everything we hear about, just torturous walks and
Yeah. It was kind of torture. And Scott, eventually we had to like back
and
off
just
the
any
challenge. That was the
even
most we got
settler
to.
who had to like make it across, anything. I
Bruh.
mean, that's just woo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
is
It was
a
primal.
lot.
Anyways, we're here to review an episode. We're here to
What do you say there?
it's an episode called
Dances.
Dances.
Dances,
And
yes.
Enough about
One of
feet.
my favorite things is when Jim J. Bullock
He's up there
is
DJing.
up there DJing.
Yeah, he was going in.
Did you watch this
I
episode?
did. I did when we made it.
Oh, I watched it on
Look, you guys, they will be covered next time. That was my bad. Honestly, if your Netflix could have been working,
Well, the thing was,
what's up with that?
the thing
dude?
was, I tried to get you to watch it right before we filmed
right.
on the Netflix
That was the plan.
that I use on my laptop, which
Uh-huh.
is not my own Netflix. It's kind of a fan that I know through Instagram, and it's her Netflix, and she happened to be watching at the same time. So, Allison, you were watching Gilmore Girls, and I couldn't show Lindsay this episode
Oh.
to prep for this
Got it.
podcast.
So you Netflixed and chilled with a fan?
No.
And now you have the
No,
oh,
never.
Okay.
No. I was on location on a movie,
Okay.
and I don't have Netflix, and I just just put on my story. Anyone got an account I can use?
Oh,
And this kind soul,
Allison.
Did
Allison,
you get a lot
Thank
of
you,
them or
Allison.
only one?
I think I got a couple requests. So future use, guys, if you
Yeah.
ever need a
100%.
Allison, you're not the
100%.
only one, apparently.
Right?
But I got in there, and then my computer has never logged out of it. So that's the Netflix I use on my computer.
Nice.
Wow.
At home, I use a different fans. No,
Right, right.
Yeah. But anyway, dances. You didn't get to see it because Allison, you were watching Gilmore Girls. Allison, you're 75 years old.
You don't gotta be 75 to watch Gilmore. Or I mean,
Golden Girls. No, that's true. That's true.
I
that's
love
true.
Golden Girls.
You do have to be 75
hilarious.
to get Gilmore Girls. A lot of that stuff goes right over your
Rose
head.
and Blanche. Best, yeah. Dances.
We're never gonna talk about dances.
No,
Yeah,
go
right.
on. Go
Tell
on.
me
I
more
know
about
how to
Back to the
dance.
feet. Oh, yeah.
What do you use to dance? Yo feet.
Oh, there you
right.
go.
This was a very memorable episode, like even in my mind. Like not all the episodes stick in my mind. Dances was kind of always
Yeah.
in there. Like I have images of being there, and it was
At the
so
dance.
fun to rewatch it. I'll give you the rundown of the ep.
Run
Okay.
it, run it.
Here's what happened. In the Crushes episode, you and I drove our crushes into the hands of each other, and now Susie and Seth are going to the dance together.
Cute.
Turns out in this episode, Susie's a fickle ass lover. Let me tell you what. She is breaking up with Seth and taking him back about 150 times throughout the episode. And I'm trying to catch the timing.
Right.
I'm trying to catch the timing of him being out for me to go dance with her. So the whole episode, Ned is pining to take that timing of when she sends Seth away and to go get his dance with Susie. And Mose the whole time, beautifully and kindly, is trying to advocate for Ned, have a good time, dance, like stop fantasizing about this thing that's may or may not happen. Just dance, man. It's like actually a really beautiful message, and it was a great tip that I wrote down, which it like literally came up, and it came from Mose. You said, "Here's a tip. Here's a tip for the guy."
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and it was don't waste your time don't waste your night chasing a dream when you could be out having fun with friends.
Oh.
And
Sweet.
I thought that's a great tip for like life, any event, anytime you're going out, anytime you're like building up an expectation and a fantasy of what could happen, rather than just like if the point is to go have a good time, which a dance is, or a night out, like just go have a good time. Don't build up the fucking thing. So that was great. Ultimately, Ned finds his way to that, and then even
That is
Susie-
actually really hard, though. That is really hard. That is something I struggled so hard with in my 20s, is just like getting my mind off that one fixed thing. Like that's a
That
part
I
of my
need-
addiction behavior.
Yeah,
That's
that I
like
need
everything.
this
right now.
interaction
And-
to
and
happen, or it's not the
almost
night.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
That's what
could
Ned
get
was doing.
through that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Cookie the whole time is hacking, cyborging his way into
Martika's.
redirecting Martika's limo.
Yeah.
And
the
social plans.
supermodel.
Ultimate
Yeah.
stalker vibes. Don't
Yes.
be like Cookie, guys.
Yes,
Right.
to come to the dance under the notion it's a photo shoot, and he's waiting for her, and Lisa wants to dance. Lisa
Oh yeah, she
Zemo
starts
wants to-
dancing. She's like, "Can I dance around you then?"
Dude, it's so funny and so sad. She's like, yeah, can I just dance next to you then? While he's like waiting
He's like,
for Martika.
sure.
And she's like, I could dance next to you all night.
Dude.
It's so
Oh yeah, her
funny.
line, she's like, I bet you're a really good dancer as she's doing her thing. And I'm like, yeah, you're about to see in a minute.
Yeah, you're so cold in it. You're
was cold.
so cold.
It was
in
cold.
No.
And I showed up in that huge
show up in a tux.
That ridiculous tux, yeah.
There were so many great moments in this episode, so many great tips. Rachel's so good as Lisa Zemo. She's so
Yeah, she nailed
cute.
it.
She's so, like, man, she's so cute. It's so sweet. Her little like looks, it's so real and good. I don't know. I loved it. And there's great Backpack Boy had some nice moments with his night backpack.
Oh yeah, that was
evening
that was
backpack,
awesome.
Yeah, the evening backpack.
Kendra Berry.
Kendra Berry.
Yeah.
Joined TikTok recently, I think.
Yeah.
Saw him on there. My favorite part of the episode is Jim J, Mr. Monroe, basically being a tweaked out on cocaine DJ at our middle school dance.
Right.
He went extra Jim J. Clearly referencing his own, like obviously it was still age appropriate on the show.
Totally.
But as adults, you
Totally.
know
He
what
was
he's
just
kind of
Yep.
tapping
You know
into.
those. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like extra tweaky this episode, and it is fucking hilarious.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. I
Yeah.
think what is really cool is like not only did those teachers give to us, but like our set was like a nice offering to them too, right? Like because it was this kind of like beautiful meaty thing that they could really embrace. You know, it
Yeah,
wasn't
and,
like
like,
it was
go.
stilted or yeah. They were big characters with a big potential and. Yeah.
Yeah, they could make it their
Exactly,
own. Like,
and
they
that
were
is
given free real estate.
So
to go.
rarely
It
do you
is.
get to not act like an adult.
Oh yeah.
While you're an
they
adult
have
on
free
TV.
range. Yeah.
For
you're right.
real. They could just go. And Jim J like just really made Mr. Monroe. I mean, every time he's on screen, I'm laughing.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so sincere too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, that be fun? Oh yeah, he has this hilarious moment. He's like a wolf. A real wolf is gonna come. And won't that be fun? And he's so stoked about the wolf the whole time. When the wolf gets there,
He's like, what's
Wait,
wrong with this thing?
wasn't there like a make?
when the wolf gets there,
Yeah.
it's a Siberian Husky because the wolf got sick or something. And Jim Jay's like has this like, well, I guess that'll be fun. Will that be fun?
Will that be fun?
Is the
Yeah.
dog fun? Like, and then from Crushes,
Yeah.
Cookie's algorithm said a Siberian Husky was
Would be
his
my
match.
best match. Yeah.
So that plays into this episode when the Siberian Husky comes, it gets jealous
that I'm dancing with Martika. Yeah.
and
Brilliant.
and attacks.
Absolutely
and Martika
brilliant.
scares her away.
And then I danced the night away with the Siberian Husky. Yes.
Wait, didn't?
Oh,
did,
this comes
did you
back
really
in
have to
the
dance
last
with the dog?
episode.
Was it on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dog was on me, and I remember they put dog food on my face so that the dog could lick. They put the camera on this
On the
side,
other side, yeah.
and then the dog was just licked.
Oh, you must have hated that.
I mean, it was a vibe.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
I'm not one of those people that like kisses the animals
I
in the
know.
mouth type thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
or
know.
food on your face. I don't know. I
And
feel like
yeah,
you
a lot of
hated
things.
all
I just
that.
don't like things. Why so many things, guys?
But in the
it was
last
cool.
episode, you did mention you might fuck a buffalo, so maybe.
I
this
mean,
was
hey,
foreshadowing.
Siberian Husky,
right.
buffalo, you know.
Yeah.
That's what it is, you know.
Oh,
find out.
Yeah, it was a sweet episode. I've heard people reference the tip that Ned gives. There's some great tips throughout the episode, but the tip of if you want to get across the dance floor, dance
Oh,
across
yeah,
the
that's
dance
a good one.
floor.
That's a good one.
Genius.
I always do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a
Same.
great real life tip. Is don't just like walk across and be an asshole. Just
Yeah,
flow.
because you're gonna
your
offend
way
people
through-
if you're trying to. Guys, you're in my way.
Excuse
Can
me,
I get
just like totally
no, just-
dampening the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
The vibe, you guys. I hate
There
it.
was a sequence where Ned dances with a huge crew for a moment, and they shoot it through a fucking
Dude, I
fisheye
love that,
lens
yeah.
in black and white,
It's
and
a
a
mosh
mosh
pit.
pit, and it's
Mhm.
metal music. That was so. It was like punk. It was. I loved that. I
It
first
was
like.
vibey.
So cool.
It was so funny, and like we don't see that style on. I didn't remember ever doing that on Ned's. Like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fisheye black and white mosh pit punk rock scene.
It was legit.
Hilarious.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was huge for me because I had never been to a dance. I think at that time, and that's why it like meant a lot. Oh, it's gonna be like a mock dance, but it kind of felt like a dance to me. And I got to dance with this supermodel. That woman was
Yeah, that
beautiful.
wasn't bad.
Daniel,
good.
that's really. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you go to dances after that?
Afterwards, yeah.
Afterwards, yeah. Did you go
That-
to prom and stuff and like homecoming or not?
I was never into prom. I went with a young lady who I had gone to middle school with. I went to her like prom at Poly High School. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so I went to her little prom.
And you didn't go to prom.
No. My prom was
Our
the
little
series
third-
wrap of Ned's
Oh.
Declassified.
That's
We had,
right.
we had a
That's
prom
right.
theme rap party for season 3, which was we knew the show was over. It was
Yeah.
our last time on that set.
I
remember, And it was prom, and we were dating. So you were like, I had like a real date, right? Like that was my prom because I wasn't going to high school. Yeah, it was pretty
Aw,
precious.
That's really, really precious.
Yeah, I still remember, like, of all the things I remember from Ned's, I still remember that night, that prom night, like, the party was held in the gym part of the set, like the big
Mhm.
open part of the set, and the rest of the set was just kind of like dimly lit and quiet because no one was in there, but it was literally the last time we were going to be on it. So, like, I remember, like, walking through it by myself and, like, just feeling the emotion of, like,
this is it.
this phase is ending and like
Yeah.
just that beautiful like sad emotion. It was gorgeous. I still remember, just walking through the quiet hallways.
I went home with Carly that night and Missy Meany, and we were sitting in the back of the car, and her dad was in the front, like driving us. And we both just started crying, and it hit me a little bit later. It was really sweet.
Yeah, realizing this nugget of time was
Mhm,
over. I mean,
mhm.
that hit.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
Even though I
an
think-
ending.
Even though I think we were all okay with it ending. I feel like all of us
I
were
know.
okay going like, cool.
Yeah.
We've
We
done
came,
did
next.
our
We've
job.
done
Yeah.
like we've done it. What's next? I feel like all of us felt like that. Like
Yeah.
when they told us high school wasn't going, that was the option at the
Oh,
end
yeah,
of
yeah,
Ned's
yeah.
was
Yeah.
to continue the series, but we had to change it because we were kind of done with high school, even though we didn't, or middle school, even though we didn't graduate on the show. Like that was over. So the next show would have had to been high school. They would have changed the dynamic, and it was pitched to Nick, and they just didn't pick it up. And yeah, I remember when they told us, I think all of us were like, all right.
Yeah.
Like we weren't like pining for it.
Mm-mm.
Although now,
Let's
deep into my
go.
20s, I was like, why didn't we do high school? What the fuck, man?
Bruh.
Keep this thing going. Keep me employed, man.
Yeah, for real. There was a lot more to it, but I think we also left it intact. Like there was no extra.
It's so
nothing.
true.
It's
It was
tight.
left
tight.
It really is.
Yeah.
So weird that I mean I don't understand how sales work like this, but so weird that Netflix picked up 2 seasons when we only have 3 total. Like,
Yeah.
right now,
Oh, yeah,
only
why?
1 and 2 are on Netflix.
Yeah.
Paramount has all of them, but so weird considering we only have 3.
Right.
It's not like
Right.
They just want something to be able to.
I don't know. Like I don't even understand how that. Like I don't understand
How is that
how
beneficial
that gets
to either party?
to anyone. Like
Yeah.
we only have 3 seasons. You can take it all, baby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so fun watching back, man. So many memories, and yeah, like I said, dances has like stuck in my head as like one of the, I don't know. It was a different episode for us. Like we're all pretty much in the gym. They've
I remember
decked
that
it
one.
out.
Mhm.
Gordy's big in this episode. He's chasing the weasel the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Across the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he knocks the
he's like,
basketball out of Seth's
Yes.
hands. Like, yeah.
Go
Oh,
get
yeah.
it, boy.
Go get it, boy.
Go
Go
get
get it. Yeah.
He's like full Caddyshack, like at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Bill Murray
Oh,
chasing.
yeah.
I mean, he. For anyone who hasn't seen Caddyshack, it's a movie from back in the day. But Bill Murray plays a like groundskeeper of a golf course, and he chases a fucking groundhog the whole time. And that was Gordy's inspiration. That was Darren
Mhm.
Norris's like thing, was being Bill Murray. And this episode, it's like on.
There was a punch bowl.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And Mose is doing the great thing. She's empowered herself beyond her crush. Like she's like, I'm coming to the dance with friends, and I'm gonna have a great time, and I'm gonna vibe the whole time. Like you just vibe the whole time.
That's actually how I went to dances. Is I went so I stayed in touch with Notre Dame people, and I still went to some of their dances, but I just went stag with my ladies.
It's called going stag.
Yeah.
Going stag.
Going stag.
Going
Nice.
stag.
Gotta go stag.
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 We'll take the stag.
Give me that stag.
Are we all gonna fit in this stag?
Hold on. What's that situation?
No, I was like a jag, stag. I don't know.
My stag.
Why is it called going stag? Are stags female?
No, stag's the male deer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What
so
the
why is it called going stag? That's interesting.
Is it called going stag? Am I making something up?
No,
Thank
no,
you,
no, it's
Alabama.
called going stare.
I've heard
No, I
of
know.
it.
Going stare? Ooh. Stop and
Someone
stare.
knows. Alberto usually knows what things mean.
Alberto
what
knows
things
everything.
mean.
Do you guys ever feel like, so I feel like I am definitely more masculine than feminine. Do you guys believe in that masculinity and femininity in each person? And do you ever, like, when do you feel those things
Yeah.
activated? in
Yeah.
you?
I feel like we all have, but like masculine and feminine is like a kind of an energy that exists. Like it's out there in all things. And I think we all have a different balance and relationship to the masculine and feminine energy in each of us. I felt like my feminine side was developed early with my sister and my mom, like whatever, the arts,
Mhm.
receptivity,
Mhm.
sensitivity, like being in touch with my emotions, all these things. I feel like my feminine side was really developed, and it took later in my life to I don't know, get more grounded in good masculinity and in the strength of my own masculinity and the importance of, for me as a man, I realized like, oh, this is important to me. There are masculine traits that are important to me.
Mhm.
Their toxic masculinity is just toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is masculinity
Positive
that's
masculinity.
important. I mean, and it matters that we as men like embody these things,
Yeah,
Why
Um,
don't we talk about toxic femininity?
because that's there too, man.
it is.
But it's
we don't
like,
hear
it's
that
not a
much. It's not really
buzzword like
termed.
Nope.
that.
Nope, it's
you
not.
know? And it's like, I think, like I said, going back to like women got to take women back for women,
Yeah.
and then lead the charge with like everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can only ask a man to do so much for this women. Like,
Yes.
not even asked to do so much, but like we have to draw the roadmap. And we don't have that right now, right? Like that's why there's so much confusion. Like we got to put the roadmap back, and that's relearning our own feminine. And I had the exact opposite. Like I
Right.
felt like from an early age, I kind of like, you know, I grew up with a single mom, and that there was some enmeshment there, and I kind of felt like I needed to be the protector of this place, and
Yeah.
I was like the earner of this place, and I had to I had to get it done. And so yeah, that like think a huge part of my drug, probably a huge part of my trauma has just been developing that femininity and my fear of it. And yeah, it's been a wild ride, but so worth it. Like I said, like so many qualities that I passed off as superficial before, right?
Yeah.
And like they're just really vital to the female experience.
Yeah, I mean, on the masculine side, like there's certain things that you can look at and go, that's superficial and that's bullshit. The way men tease each other,
even the fighting, even the MMA,
even the fighting thing. That's what I was gonna say.
Because I can see the way you're talking about it, and I feel you.
That's what I'm saying. There are certain things in both masculinity and femininity that you can look at from the outside and just judge as fucking superficial. But if it's been in our humanity for as long as these things have, there's probably more depth there than you realize, and more like gold to get. And that's what I had to realize. I judged a lot of masculine traits. I judged them like everyone fucking else, because you can see where masculinity can go really wrong.
Yeah. And it's potent when it does go wrong.
It's potent. You can see men who aren't in touch with their feminine in any way, and you can see the toxicity there. Like, it's a thing. I get it. But to throw all that shit out, I feel like I was doing that for a little while. I was against anything that felt like whatever. But there's a depth there to, there's a thing with men and like shitting on each other, but in a way that's like
positive and uplifting you to say, hey, I'm gonna steal you and harden
I'm
you
gonna
so
strengthen
that the environment doesn't harm.
Yes.
And
yes.
For me, like the we can base it in gender, like, okay, feminine, masculine for sure. But, you know, there are some creatures that don't even possess like either this gender or the other gender.
Right.
So I try to look at femininity as almost like going with the flow of the environment, regardless of what that environment might be. And then masculinity being trying to guard against the environment. And so we have these different
so
traits.
Beautiful,
That arise, but they're all useful. It's just you can't have too much of.
And they're useful in all of us. That's why I say masculinity and femininity, not male and female. Like non-gender. We all have both of these in us. You have to get to know both of these things.
And I feel like because toxic femininity is not as blatant, physically harmful, loud as toxic masculinity, it's kind of passed off more superficial, like makeup, this, that, and other, like skincare, like it's wrapped up in all of this like commerce, and it's not considered harmful. I mean, it's considered almost bad, more like it's not considered harmful in the text. It's just like, I'm a bitch. That's just who I am. That's toxic. That's toxic femininity.
Yeah.
Anybody that you can't trust, you know, around your boyfriend, that's toxic femininity. Like there are so many instances that are so normalized for that, and it's just that women don't support women, and I think that's like the surge we're seeing again. But there's this super like jealousy culture that I think is much more harmful than like memes make it out to. Obviously, everything a meme does is much more harmful.
It makes it superficial.
But it's harmful in that we have no idea really what being like women is anymore. It's almost just a construct of femininity that you're putting up.
And I think that I feel like that just goes for both. Like it goes for,
which I think is a very American thing, right? That's not so much
maybe
worldwide.
I don't know.
I really wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. I can only have like I don't know.
No,
like in the places you went though, like I mean, obviously you weren't like maybe you were looking at the ladies in a different kind of way, but did it feel like a different, I don't know, support or anything? Did you see groups of like I don't know how you would even judge that? I'm not in it enough to know. I mean, I think all of us. I think looking at just the masculine side of the spectrum is a problem. All of us need to integrate our masculine and feminine and whatever toxicity we have in either version of those. Like I've been too in my feminine before, meaning to go with the flow to the point where it is toxic. Not that I'm abusing anyone, but literally my life it's toxic to my life. I'm too open and receptive to everything. It's not working. Like it's not working. I had to learn, I don't need to run away from my masculinity. Like sometimes I need to stand in my shit and be decisive. That is masculinity. Like that is important to me. That's going to make me an effective human in my life. Like I need to learn this. I can't run away from this. I can't judge it and throw it all out. Like, no, there is shit in here
that's different than what I've strengthened in my own femininity, you know?
No, 'cause I always and I don't want to say struggle with it, but I always prided myself on being, I'm a lot like my mom. I love her qualities. She has a lot of feminine qualities that I think are great, and I liked that I could stand out, against like my brother and my dad as being like, oh yeah, I can be the kind of go between and really, smooth things out.
Yeah.
And that was something that I, chased and appreciated for the longest. I played football and stuff like that, so when it was time to turn it on, I could do all that. But yeah, after a while I did have to say, okay, maybe you're suppressing some of this masculine energy and this logical mindset, and you have to find that happy medium somewhere in there. So yeah,
you have to find what your kind of balance is of it. I think we all have a different formula. Like we each have an individual specific kind of ratio of what it looks like.
Like you might be predisposed to lean towards your feminine side or lean towards your masculine side. Different strokes for different folks, but
and then over the time you grow up and mature, I mean, life will show you where you're out of balance. That's how it works as we grow up. The feedback, like when you're a kid, the feedback is sometimes pretty gentle because you're a fucking kid. Especially the more you get into adulthood, life will show you where you're out of balance because the feedback will show up. That's how this life works. So like, yeah, if you're too in one side or the other, or shutting off energy to something that you need, life's gonna show it up. And yeah, that happened for me. It was like I realized, oh wait, something's not working. I'm too deep in these feminine traits that I've learned and appreciate.
Yeah.
Need to learn
am I
this
providing
other side.
too much for people, or am I trying to give too much? Like, what do I need to subtract? Sometimes you have to subtract. Adding to your plate isn't always just the way. Subtract something.
Yeah. No, and knowing your limits and what you can handle. I mean, holy moly! Like, I mean, what I have the most bleeding heart in the world. I want everybody to come in, but it's like, I'm cool if everybody stays for dinner, but like wake up and do this again tomorrow. Like I don't have the bandwidth nor the like desire or the skills to like support that bleeding heart decision. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And so that part of it has had to like, it's so strange. Like it's either polar in here or polar up here.
Yeah.
And like this side kind of has to like take control a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
That's almost what
some situations call for your more decisiveness. Some situations call for you to cut things out. Some situations call for you to be more receptive and open things up and imagine possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's what I see so much positive in, I mean, the movement we've gone in the last many years is kind of like getting more open to the spectrum of things and not the rigid set design. A really strong man, whatever your ideas of that, the best version of that is also going to be a man who's in touch with his feminine. And same with a woman. The most 100%. Feminine, empowered woman has to be in touch with her masculine side too. And then however that goes down the spectrum, like I do think that's good because there has been a rigid idea of it in society, especially
these hard definitions.
These hard definitions of what boy, what girl is. I mean, nail polish is like the simplest one that is getting more normal for men to wear nail polish.
I think it is the sexiest thing in the world.
No,
guys
you feel like
paint their
aesthetically
toes.
it just looks cool.
I don't know what it is, but it's such a turn on. I don't know. So I'm just like, you are so you. I don't know. Something about it is authentic to me.
Yeah, and like who fucking care? Like it's so great that it's open up. I painted my nails like
not authentic, just open. Like dude,
just
thank
open.
you. Like that's.
But do you feel like that's something that someone does have to sell? Like let people know I'm open by doing this.
Sometimes now, probably
dated,
there's some identity shit with that.
I know there's some guys who are they're cleaning up with it.
I didn't know he.
Like I'm gonna get.
I didn't know he painted his nails until he took his shoes off.
Oh, you didn't.
And he didn't tell me.
It's
just
so
a
that's
vibe.
really like
it's a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Or like nails,
the
anything. I find it like very
the first time I got my nails painted,
erotic. I don't know why.
The first time I got my nails painted, I got it. Like first of all, like having someone do it felt nice,
right?
And then my nails being painted, I don't know. When I saw them, I was like, oh, I get it. Like
you were kind of inspired when you looked down,
I'm a
right?
little inspired.
Like these little tentacles were like,
I'm a little like I
That's
was like a little
interesting.
inspired. They're
Now-
colorful. It's kind of fun. I feel
You know,
kind of fun.
I'm a very plain guy.
Yeah.
I like things plain. I don't know, like I'm not tatted up. I haven't done many of the extras. So I don't know. Maybe that's something that I would have to check out because like you said, I don't have earrings like none of that.
I
Like,
could see you playing a part where
Well,
you just
go ahead.
like no, we're like a crazy. Okay, so I'm watching the show Claws right now. If you haven't
Oh,
seen
okay.
Claws,
No.
so good.
Yeah.
But like this crazy gangster man has this long done acrylic, totally
Cocaine
bouged
finger.
it
Yeah,
out
that's a
nail
cocaine finger.
for a cocaine finger. Exactly. But what I'm saying is like the way he rocks
The
it,
way he
like when he's not
bedazzles
doing
it?
when
Yeah.
he's not doing cocaine out of it, it's just like this dope like I don't know, like statement.
It's a statement. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, I think I think the good side of where we've progressed as society is free up people's
You can
ability
do
to
whatever-
express
Gotcha.
themselves, like
Expression.
play with this life. You don't have
Yeah.
to be stuck as what a football man who doesn't like crying or fun or whatever. Like I think it's good to open up, like play, express yourself. Paint your
you
nails,
feel like
Daniel.
painting the nails is like just one way that you can remind yourself, or do you feel like it's for other people?
I was surprised. I did it like for Burning Man, right? Like, hey, paint my nails. Like, we're
But
going
was
to
it
Burning
because
Man.
you wanted people to be like, oh, that
No.
guy's cool?
No, it's because like I wanted to, like you wear weird shit at Burning. Like it's because I wanted like
to stand out.
not for others, for myself. Like for myself, I want like give me some
The
color.
courage that it takes to like go and do something that you want and then go out to other people is actually a lot
like, oh,
more
I'm here doing
daunting
what I want,
than
yeah.
being like it's actually a lot harder I feel like to do those things and feel courage like walking out and doing
Yeah.
it as opposed to just like wanting attention from it, right?
Gotcha.
Like I don't know. Like that's just an
interesting.
expression.
And you're right. I think there are areas that people do have to grow. Because me, sometimes I'm the type of person where I'm like, I won't even put shades on because I'm like, man, I'm not cool enough to wear shades today.
Are you kidding?
I'm serious. Hats sometimes I'm like, no, I'm just not. I don't think it doesn't
Dude,
match.
you
the fit.
could
I
be
need
a
to go
vibey
plain.
hat guy, bro.
I could be a hat guy.
So
You
then
be a
are
vibey hat
you
guy.
doing it for other people?
Well, no, that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
are
I
you
might need that.
simplifying
I
for
might-
other people?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna wear some shades. Next
baby.
podcast, I'm gonna be wearing
Yeah, wear some
shades.
shades
that has-
indoors.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Honestly, you could be a felt hat, like
Yeah,
like,
you
style
are. Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Mhm. You
Yeah.
can pull this shit
Pumping
off.
me
You're
up,
so
man.
you
Pumping
got
me
the
up.
attitude. Huh?
Yeah.
Like, you're so like bedazzled with your like
and
when
you're
you get swaggy.
Well,
like,
and you're so sovereign
That-
and an
Sorry, I just
individual.
burped.
So
Yeah.
like that's
You just burped mid sentence. You're so
beautiful.
Oh man.
Anywho,
yeah.
Daniel, you are so much more sparkly than you give yourself credit for. You
and,
know,
and that is
Sparkly. I've
fun
never done that.
sometimes.
Adjective.
I don't express myself for others often, but when I want to feel some type of way and I put on some shit that's maybe a little extra or whatever because it makes me feel good, and then like you said, then you go out into the world and experience yourself
you stand
out
in
there
that.
in it.
Mm.
Something happens.
You're experiencing yourself.
Yeah.
You're saying,
Yeah.
oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Something
Yeah.
happens.
because it's almost like you stop dressing for like I don't get these done because I actually give a crap. Like I do
Yeah.
for me and like the whole process and like it's very superficial. Like I don't usually invest in things that are superficial. It's like
Right, but nails is
But, like,
superficial.
honestly, like it just the effort of me going forward and doing this for myself, with myself, like taking care, paying attention,
Taking time. Yeah,
makes
that's
it just it's everything for me.
I've seen this in women my whole life, the nails painted thing, and how it makes them feel, lights them up when they get them done. I saw AOC talk about on a live, like she was feeling some type of way about herself, went and got her nails done and painted like a bold color. And she was kind of expressing like, I know it's superficial, but when I look down at this shit, it makes me feel good. I went and did this. The color makes me feel some type of way. And not until I painted my nails did I get it. And I get it. It's a simple
Right?
thing.
It's so
simple,
simple.
superficial thing that can trigger something
See,
deeper.
now me, I'm the type of guy like haircuts. I like a good haircut, and I know how much it makes me feel good. Like, oh yeah, I
That-
can go and talk to these people with a nice haircut.
Hell yeah.
But a haircut, you can't see on your own head when you're walking. Whereas the nails, you can kind of see. So I could see how this could be like, yeah, I'm that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, because you know, you walk by the mirror after you got a fresh
Uh-huh.
haircut and you're like, damn, boy.
do that.
I do the
thing.
same. I'm like, yeah, that fade is fresh. I love when I get my sides all like fresh and it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't see it unless you're in the mirror. Or,
So
or
the
looking.
nails are a step up.
Nails, you just look down and
No.
go, I did that
And
shit.
What do you
Sorry, baby, go.
No, I was just gonna say, what do you think when you see, knowing how nails make you feel, that positive boost you get? How do you feel about other people who don't have their nails painted? Do you think anything or not really?
Not even kind of, because I
Okay.
was that person for so long during my entire addiction. I had no extra money for anything. And if I did, I would make sure that I held on to it because drugs would mean more to me later.
Right.
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 And you can get by with just the bare minimum. And honestly, sometimes the most, this never became a thing for me until I put self-care into my routine.
Self-care.
Self-care does not look the same for everybody. And I, as my femininity starts to grow, this I realize is like, for me, is part of it, right? Like taking more care of my body, taking that time to put into my hands, not just like spiral and do something like, weird. Like I'm meditating and I'm putting time into myself. And this feels like feminine to me. But oh my gosh, no, if your nails aren't painted, cool.
All good, yeah.
Absolutely cool. I hope your nails are healthy. I think everybody, I didn't know you could take care of your nails on your own. You moisturize these cuticles, but I was also so depressed, and I still go through this. And the first thing that goes out the window is your hygiene.
Yeah.
So I absolutely understand, man. And I think like this for me is almost like, I don't know, like you did this, like you know what I mean? You had the energy to go do this.
And it's a reminder that
exactly.
you're worth it.
So yeah, I
You're
don't
worth-
judge, I don't think, I don't anything.
Yeah, you
but
have worth. It's also nice because you go and you have to slow down to get your nails painted. I realized, like, I had to sit
Stop
the fuck
everything.
still.
Can't text.
you had to
when-
sit still.
Yeah, and I went, whoa, like I have to sit still until this dries, all of that. And even that, like that's a nice little process and then you're gonna look at it and no, I did that and I'm colorful and I'm worth it.
Mhm.
And that moment of just like slowing down and getting them done, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that
man.
connection, they're touching your hands. I don't know. I think it's more of an
nice.
experience than people think.
That's one of those things we were talking about. Yeah, it's just like it's deeper than just the surface that you can look at it on. Like, oh, this girl's so excited because she got her nails painted a pink. Like, wow, she has no
Gotcha.
depth.
I had such a stance
but-
against femininity. I was like, you should be able to be pretty with no makeup when you go out. And it's like, I was so ignorant. I literally didn't know how to do my makeup. Also, depression doesn't make you want to like do any of that crap. And I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have a lot of makeup. I didn't whatever. And I ragged on people who cared about their clothes, cared about their makeup, who cared about their hair. And then I was like, oh, the one time, like some of these times when I got like dressed and ready, and it's like, oh, they practice this every day.
Yes.
You practice this routine
Caring
of discipline,
of
care,
yourself,
all of
valuing,
this. Yes.
like-
and in that process, you get to do all of these same things every day, a little bit different and a little bit, and that's how you practice, and it doesn't get dull and boring.
Yeah, because you're
Because
putting
anything
choice
with
in
effort,
each day.
yeah, if you focus on
Yeah,
it.
I mean, that's a thing for, anyone out there, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you've been stuck for a while, like, get a fresh haircut, get a mani-pedi, get some new clothes. Like, even though seems superficial, just like refreshing your look and then looking in the mirror and seeing someone who's like cared for, you'll be reminded that you are worth being cared for.
It's the
Like,
same as your a room. Cleaning up a room. Cleaning up your room.
Organize your apartment. clean up
Someone
your
cared
room.
for lives here.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone who's cared for.
Yes.
Someone who's worth caring for lives
Self-sufficiency
here.
is literally not just about like going and like it's about treating yourself well. Like that's what real self-sufficiency is. It's not just whatever.
Man.
So my tip
Yes.
for dances would be dance like there's no one watching.
Nice. Ned heads.
I do have a little story that makes me remind me of actually is, it's another Burning Man story. I'm predictable. But my first Burning Man, I like always would dance at dances. Like I wasn't shy about it, but I never felt really comfortable. I would do it because I'm silly, but I never felt like grounded in it. And then at my first time at Burning Man, I ended up at this dance floor that was empty but lit well, and it was playing this amazing record, Waldeck, Waldeck, the first record. I think it's like Nighttime Stories or something. I don't know, Ballroom Stories, whatever. They're playing this record on this like empty dance floor, and I just went onto it and just started dancing, and I actually like got it, like, oh, like this is for me, like The music is coming in, and I'm just letting my body move. And like, it was so liberating to dance like no one was watching. I finally released that anyone was watching and that it matters at all. It's like, just boogie, man. Just boogie.
Exactly.
So that's what that made me think. You got a tip from this conversation?
Man, the tip is to be yourself and enjoy yourself. Be it on the dance floor, or in life in general. Just be yourself and enjoy.
And also take care of yourself like no one's watching.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Take
like no one's
care of
watching.
yourself like no one's
like
watching. That's beautiful. My tip from this episode. What do I want to say? I don't know, man. Get to know masculinity and femininity in yourself.
Loved the way you describe that.
Get to know what these energies are in the universe. Like, get to know what these powers in you represent, and take account if you're judging one, closed off to another, and like open up to the power in both.
And how you do that is you dance first.
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, dance, baby, dance. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you can't get enough of us, we got clips over on the Podco YouTube channel. You can check them out there. And if you really can't get enough of us, we got a ton of extra content and live streams and live Q&As on Patreon. And that helps support this podcast and help us keep going and make it possible. So we love you for that. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for tuning in.